Let's play the video. Hello everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with the first session 0 of our brand new campaign, Atomic Cthulhu. We've got the whole cast and crew with us today. And we're going to do some session 0 stuff. We're going to be talking about our characters. We're going to be talking to Greg about what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a good time. You guys are going to get a chance to ask us some questions, and we'll hang out with you guys for a little bit. So here we are for the very first time. We have with us our keeper for today, Greg, Grimjack21502. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well, buddy. I am doing well. We are working through the I's and T's, the dottings and the crossings, and we will be ready to rock and roll in 1955 when push comes to shove next Monday, when the rubber hits the road of the hot rods and the two-wheelers and the four-wheelers and the greasers and the preps and all that good stuff that encompasses Americana in the 1950s. But we are here. We are going to talk about what exactly is going to go down in Atomic Cthulhu, who we're going to be facing, as each of these players has to create 2 characters because the fatality level in Atomic Cthulhu is through the roof on the old Gregor counter. So let's
That's what that is.
Yeah, let's see what everybody else is doing.
The Gregor counter.
The Gregor counter. That's
Nice.
correct. Not Geiger. It's the Gregor counter.
The Gregor counter. Big
Guys, if you
difference.
weren't sure he was a dad, now you are.
Now
Now
you
you know.
are.
You know? And fuck everybody. But let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Of course, as we dive in here, I remind you guys we're sponsored this season by Fantasy Grounds, by D&Dice, by Kobold Press, by City of Mist. Go check out their project. We're session zeroing, so I won't do the full spiel, but you guys know you can get a discount on the D&Dice stuff, and you can go check out all the stuff we'll be using today. So, without any further ado, we also have Kiana with us today. Kiana, how you doing? Welcome to the Frat Pack.
I'm doing good. Super excited to be here. Almost didn't make it because I got attacked by a goose on the way here, so I'm here. I survived. And yeah, I'm super excited to be joining this lovely group of people who I've just been watching, and to go from being Kiana the DMer to Kiana the player.
The player.
Yeah, there we go.
Nailed it. Player.
Nailed it. So
What
yeah,
stream are you watching?
super, super
wonderful.
excited to be here and to be joining this kind of crazy game that I'm sure we're going to be just fine in. Just fine.
Sure, absolutely. We also have Grease Boy Extraordinaire, Mythomatic with us today. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. I'm super excited to be chatting about our characters, and super excited to be just to be here. I mean, I'm super hyped. This is going to be a really fun season, and I can't wait to just probably go about 30% into anything that Greg has prepped, and then call it a season. So that'll be fun.
Yep, we'll try our best to do as little as possible. Great stuff. We also have Jules with us today. Jules, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's like actually finally real spring outside, so you guys did almost lose me to a day that was above freezing. I was like, I could sit outside, but also I could enjoy not dying. I'm guaranteed my character won't die in this game, this one session. Probably next session, both dead. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Probably next session, both dead. No, I'm really excited. The 50s are going to be really, really, really super fun. Apparently, we all need to step up our costume game because Myth is just like ready to go. I am.
Well, I mean,
Greg
is nailing the surgeon look, so.
Listen, I'm not in costume yet because this is a session 0. Next week.
Plus, to be fair, that's just what Myth looks like all the time.
It's a standard dress, as far as I understand.
He just didn't take.
The only thing that changed is the background.
Yeah, he came from outside and just didn't take his glasses off. And we went, "Oh, nice glasses." And he was like, "Yeah."
Oh, right, they're still on.
Great stuff. And last but most least, we Mike with us in his correct place at the end of the screen. Mike, how you doing?
Good. I'm good. I'm gonna figure out Fantasy Grounds by the end of this season, and hopefully we can all use it. And I'm excited to not die again. Although I did die last time to a heart attack, which was some bullshit. I made it all the way through, and then Greg just killed me with a heart attack. It's some horseshit.
I was completely satisfied with that.
Truly is the darkest dungeon.
Goddamn you, chat. Wanted me dead.
That
heart
was
attack.
The greatest ending for Mike. Good stuff. I will also be here. Oh man, I don't actually want you to have a heart attack yet, Mike. I've got another couple of years I need you for in this show. So yeah, no, I'm happy to be here as well. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. So I will hand over to you, Greg. You are our keeper for today. So Greg, how do you want to do this thing? Take it away.
Well, basically what I will do is I'd like to let everybody in behind the curtain a bit on what has been the Atomic Cthulhu pitch for this season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you have sat back and you have enjoyed the tomes of dick jokes. There's been just a lot of shenanigans, and I wanted to try to do something that would continue with the length and the girth of the dick jokes that we've had, and bring them forward in time from 1789, 1794 France through the centuries and have them erupt into the 1950s. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I believe I have done that. And in so doing, here are the rules that I have set forth for a group that never follows them. So keep track of what I'm
nice
saying
to have
here.
Life goals, Greg, isn't it?
Right.
Even if you're never going to hit them.
I can't even get through the fucking rules without being dismissed. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what exactly I am asking of these players. And chat, the trickster gods, we've been together. We've gone through thick and thin. And so I'm going to ask you, trickster gods, if these people don't adhere to my rules, I ask, I pray to you and I don't pray to you before. Punish them. Punish them when they do things that are not your keeper's rules need to be followed. Rule number 1, every player must have 2 characters. Why 2, you say? Because I intend to kill one if they do something stupid, which means there must always be 2. Now, before each of the missions or the episodes that we go on, now a mission might last an episode or a session or 2 here on Encounter Roleplay, but they will be given a brief summary of the mission in question, a document, if you will, a briefing on what will be expected of them once they reach the site of this particular mission. I will give them different skills they may need, specific skills. No more of this, let's roll a strength for it, or let's roll a dex. Oh no, people once said, I've never seen anybody roll a biology roll. Oh, buckle the fuck up, because we are going to be rolling that shit. We're going to be rolling memories. We're going to be rolling languages. We're going to be rolling all the fun things that make Cthulhu fucking terrible for the players. This year, let's go, season 2.
I feel like somewhere there's a biologist who's so excited that someone said buckle the fuck up in conjunction with their field.
Right. There's lab tables across the country just rocking forward with massive erections as, they just get flipped. And anywho, so as the mission parameters are given to each of these players that you see before you, they'll be given before the session begins. The reason they have 2 characters is it has been recommended that they create 2, not necessarily diverse, but ones that have different skill sets. As in Cthulhu, it's impossible, you can min-max, but it's really kind of impossible to have a well-rounded character, one that's good at everything. You can have a character that's kind of shitty at everything, but good, not so much. So with these 2 characters that each of the players that you see will have in their arsenal, they will be able to talk amongst themselves and see what exactly the perfect mixture will be for this particular mission. Now, once they have chosen, and this is another rule, once they have chosen their character, that character will be put into the field. Now, the character they leave behind will be left behind in the Cheyenne Mountain facility of NORAD, which is a big-ass fallout shelter. That character, at this point in the narrative, is 100% safe. The character that they send out of the Cheyenne Mountain facility is 100% not safe. So once they go out and once they interact, if they are killed out there, if they do something foolish out there and lose their lives, what will happen mechanically is their second character will be sent out of NORAD to replace the one that was lost in the field. You see where this is going. We could have quite a body count by the end, something I desperately would like to see. That's why, chat, I am asking you to help me in this endeavor to murder everybody that you see here. Now, in addition to all of that, multiple times, over and over again. And if you lose a character, another rule, before the next session, you must have another character created. That character will walk into NORAD, the fallout shelter, and they will wait on deck for their turn to die. Now, at the end of each session, both you, the trickster gods, and I will judge the performance of these characters. How well did they do? Did they hit certain points that I will provide to you? And in the form of viewer decisions, we will decide if they performed well enough to halt the Doomsday Clock, they did poorly enough to advance the Doomsday Clock, or, and boy, with this group, I can't possibly see this happening, they fucked up so bad that it strikes midnight. And for those of you not familiar with the Doomsday Clock is a metaphor for how close the world is to nuclear Armageddon. Currently it rests, I believe it's 6 minutes till. I'm not totally sure about that one. But for ours, in this 1955, it rests 3 minutes until midnight. At the end of each session, we will either keep it at 3 minutes or decrease it by 30-second increments towards midnight. At some point during this campaign, the clock strikes midnight. Characters in the field will be subject to nuclear fallout. They will not know when this will be. Their favorites could be in the field, but there will be an atomic war at some point in this campaign. So, that's the brief outline, and I can give you the specific Mission 1 parameters, but we might want to talk and figure out what kind of characters we have before we do so.
Will, I'm actually on vacation for the next 16 weeks in a row.
Good. I was hoping you'd say that.
Sorry, back to back.
You know what, guys? I'm so glad this is the first campaign that I'm playing on Uncountable Play as a player for the first time in 8 months.
Yep.
You know, totally not filled with dread.
Yep.
And, you know, great welcoming environment here.
It'll be fine. I don't think you guys understand. We're gonna make it through with the same characters, and it's gonna be another downer for Greg.
Yeah. He's gonna be so disappointed.
I just feel bad that you're getting punished.
We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right through. It's gonna be a home run.
We're gonna one-shot it.
It's gonna be great for us.
One bang.
Yeah, one shot. Finished.
I'm already being told to run.
Doomsday Clock that.
We just turn back the clock. Turn back time.
Keep talking.
Just gonna find that clock and I'm gonna turn it back. What time zone is the Doomsday Clock in, Greg? Because I'm 5 hours ahead.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. So we got plenty of time.
I got a lot of time. You say 3 minutes, but for me it's 5 hours.
And 5 hours closer to being fucked than the rest of them.
Oh right, yeah, shit.
That makes sense.
Doomsday Clock's on Pacific Standard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess we should talk about our characters. That's the thing we should do. Let's pick on Kiana because she's a new one.
These arbitrary characters.
These characters that
Greg
we'll never get connected to because we did.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: if your character survives one of the missions, they will be rewarded with additional luck, sanity, and percentage points, so you can actually create a more experienced character.
What?
Much like the Fallout video game would work. But who's saying that we have any type of association with that grand format platform?
So,
Bethesda, don't sue me again. Thank you.
So for what Greg said earlier about those not familiar with the Doomsday Clock, just to know how fucked we are at, what is it, 3 minutes, Greg? Currently, today's political climate, which is what everyone loves to talk about, is 2 minutes. So that's how fucked we are, but in the 50s.
Hey.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel
what,
worried
though?
now. I feel worried about real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because A, I'm in Canada, but B, I live a 25-minute drive from an actual Cold War bunker. That is the one that they built for Prime Minister Diefenbaker, and it is currently called the Diefen Bunker.
Yep, the Diefen Bunker.
It's so awesome.
That's 20 minutes away. You got 2 minutes until Doomsday, so I mean, you got.
Yeah, well, enjoy your 18 minutes of ghoulish behavior,
Exactly.
you smooth skin.
Whatever. I'm gonna just apply for a job there because it's a museum now, and I will just. That's my actual plan.
Oh my God, Isreaver, £20 donation, 4 Wild Magic Surges for Kiena to roll when the campaign actually begins.
Great.
Thank you, Isreaver.
Thanks.
We also do have 2 mutants to attack the party, which I will send to Greg, which has been donated in advance. But
Fuck.
yeah,
We haven't started playing, guys.
we haven't started playing, but it's all good. Kiena, talk to us about your character. One of your characters, I guess.
I feel I don't know how to feel right now, considering that I just been given one of us. Thanks, Isreaver. Yeah, so 2 characters. I guess we'll go briefly over them. One of them is I was rolling her stats before I figured out what she was going to be, and then it was Dole's House decided I was not going to get anything above 40 power. So I have a mad scientist character now, guys. She's a chemist. She works at the University of Berkeley, where her work credit is stolen by her lab supervisor. She works in very unsafe environments and likes to study a cult, which has driven her already a little crazy. So she's a interesting ball of wanting to experiment on everything all the time. So she almost maxed out chemistry. She also knows biology really well, as well as medicine. Physics, not so much. My other character, and I think I was like, what should I make for my other character? I'm like, I have never played an asshole before. So she's an asshole. She's a big game hunter. She is the epitome of white Southern privilege in the 1950s. She's the type of person who goes to Africa to hunt because she can.
Is she a member of the Daughters of the Confederacy?
You know what? She possibly could be.
So a regular Southern person. Go on.
Check. Got it.
So
Now I
yeah,
understand.
so she's
So my aunt, right?
Got it.
yeah. So
I know her. I know this character already. Just I'm letting you know I know her. I went to high school with her.
Yeah, so those are my 2. Oh, I guess I should give you their names. The scientist is named Jane Walsh. She is half Chinese and half Irish. So she is the literal as immigrant as you can get at this time of this time. Yeah, as I said, the hunter character's name is Valerie Reed. Because I was like, wow, pretentious of a name could I come up with? So Valerie, she will not be called Val. She will literally hit you if you call her Val.
Nice.
Noted.
So it's they're gonna be 2 characters totally different than anything I've ever played before, so that'll be fun. I just get to unleash them onto you guys.
Cool. Looking forward to it. Myth, talk us through your characters while I go and get a drink, so I can't hear.
Sweet. I will be playing my first throwaway character is Joey DeVivre. He is a greaser high school senior. He was a part of the football team, but still kind of hated it, but was kind of forced into it by his father. Hates it, always skipped out on it, and calls Valerie Val, and that's my backstory so far.
Did you want to dance more than play football?
Yeah, he wants to dance more than play football. He also... he's
boy
really he does have a hot rod, and it's he built it himself and a bunch of his friends, and he just met the love of his life, so he thinks he's in high school. So he's kind
Is
of like
she from Australia?
Is this car
he doesn't know. It's high dramatic.
Does it make the ladies scream?
It makes him. Yes, it does. There's another line there.
There's another word there.
So
It's cream, but that's all right.
I avoided
there it is.
I was Greg. I was trying to adhere to the rules. Okay, Greg. God.
We're
That was the way
on
you
for
did it.
double secret probation, Greg. Jesus,
Yeah.
trying to behave.
Exactly. So that's Joey DeVivre. And then I've got another character, which is my second of the throwaway characters, and that is Marty Reiner. He is a absolute nerd, scientist. I forget. I think he's a biologist, actually. So this will be fun. I think he's a horticulture dude. Let me see what he's all about. I think he's a wildlife and biology dude. So this will be it'll be kind of fun to play the two of them. He's very much like the nerd scientist from The Simpsons. Wow, that guy. So that'll be a lot of fun to play both of these guys. So those are mine to start.
Okay.
After that, I don't know.
As your benevolent keeper, I will ask a few questions here.
Go on.
As Joey DeVivre,
Yeah. It's French.
Yeah, right. He's got a hot rod. Does he also have a generous skill set in
resplendent
drive,
offering.
which is a seldom
does.
used mechanic? Okay.
he
So he could
does.
potentially be transportation for the group.
Yeah.
Would you say, is he good at fisticuffs? Is he a bit of a bruiser? Does he know, like, if the Jets suddenly showed up, would he be able to, hold his own with them?
That's lighting brawl.
Fighting brawl.
Oh, fighting. Oh, I thought it said lighting. Okay, yeah. He's got a. Like, that doesn't make
really
any
good at
That
sense.
doesn't make
He's
sense.
really good at installing light bulbs.
He's got his art box.
How many Joey DeVivres does it take?
He's
to
a
install?
photographer.
Yeah, Joey can really set the stage as lighting and the mood, whatever you
Right.
need.
He's got like green screen set up. It looks
Got
real
that
good.
light. It's got that light meter.
So I have a question,
God.
Greg,
Yes.
if I may. Is what happens if the Scorpions challenge Joey DeVivre to a race?
Thunder
Like
Road.
chicken. On
We
Thunder
go
Road.
We'll
directly to Thunder Road.
Yeah.
As we all know, a coat of paint doesn't cut it on Thunder Road.
Mm-hmm.
You
True.
gotta have something good.
We all know that.
And so, we're going to be racing for
Yeah.
pinks. And
Mm-hmm. And not just pink slips. So
No.
it's we've got
We've alienated half the stream at least.
I gotta get through these donations here, guys. Don't tell Greg who this is. And by the way, we should be keeping a note of this somewhere. Greg, I give this task to you. Kira has 4 Wild Magic Surges. There are 2 Super Mutants. Greg, don't tell us this. Donates £15. I got a room full of players, and nat 20 for everyone to start with next week. Thank you, my
Nice.
friend.
Thank
Konigstein,
you.
£9. Free nat 20 bottle caps for the DM. I love that idea. We should get
that we have to do that.
now we
Yeah.
have to do that now. I have to get... Okay. Is
All right,
John
I'll
Venus-
make 'em. I'll do it right now.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Konigstein, that was out. Latu, £30. Alright, let's get this party started. Welcome to Cthulhu Kiana, the player. 3 Wild Magic Surges for Kiana. 2 nat 20s, 2 nat 1s, and 3 disadvantages for Kiana.
Three disadvantages.
For the job.
Thanks, guys.
There we go.
I mean,
Wait,
I
was
should really say
I'll put it in, sure.
thank you for helping the stream out so much. I don't know how this feels.
Oh, you
okay,
will.
so Kiana, you currently are standing at 7 Wild Magic Surges to start. You have 2 nat and 2 nat 1s. And was that 4 disadvantages you said, Will?
3 disadvantages. I put them all in the Zoom chat for us so we can nicely write them down and get them prepared for next week.
Thanks. This is
A dream
I
come
know
true.
I'm always smiling, but there's a little part of me that's just.
Dead inside.
Yeah, how's
Maybe.
it feel, Kiana? Huh?
Welcome
huh?
to my life.
Huh?
I mean, I really shouldn't say anything because I was that.
I had 26
I
nat 1s last year in your
I know.
game. 26 nat 1s.
I know. I still
That's great.
remember it with much glee.
It's a tough time for
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm just a magnet for this stuff. Except it usually
No.
happens to other people.
No, it's the trickster gods.
It's
They
trickster-
will murder you.
Oh, and that's some more. That's an even 10.
They love us.
An even 10 Wild Magic Surges for Kiana. Thank you, Latu. 10 in total for Kiana.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you'll have tentacles come out of your eyeballs like my character
Yeah.
did. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
This
Now,
is good.
here's what we're going to do, Kiana.
It's good
You
initiative.
Okay.
get to decide. You have
you'll be
10
made of tentacles like
Wild
my
Magic
character.
Surges.
Yep.
I am going to make you decide from the jump which of your characters will be receiving these wild magic surges. And if you decide to break it up, you need to tell me in which sequence you're going to be rolling those. So if you say 4 and 6, the first 4 will go to whatever character you designate, the last 6. So if you roll them all and say, I'll take this one for that one and that one for this one, that's not how it's going to work. So you're going to have to tell me with these 10, 5 and 5, all 10 to one person. You just got to let me know. So we can either thunderfuck somebody or...
Thunderfuck. That's a new one. I haven't actually heard that one before. Can you describe what that would look like, Greg?
That's what Zeus does.
Keeping
it's a thunderfuck is basically when somebody blows a fuck trumpet and then it just boom. That's just that sound wave that comes out of it.
Okay, you know what? I wasn't expecting to take notes today, but now I actually have to go and get my notebook so I can write this all down for myself.
Yep.
I feel like there she goes.
There she goes.
I was like, oh, I thought it was a
I
joke.
actually did. I thought you were about to say something. You're like, oh my god.
It's happened before to me. Don't worry about it.
It's the perfect time my music cut out and everyone started speaking. I was like, fuck, what's happened? What's going on?
Perfect.
All right, so that's Miss characters, right? And Kiana's.
Yep.
Let's talk about my characters. Let's talk about me, my favorite topic. Oops, I just deleted Kiana. I am sorry, but there we go.
Excuse me.
You're all right. You're good. So, yeah, I have got a couple of characters this season that I prepared long in advance. And we've really fleshed out, fully considered characters, just so you guys know.
Go on.
The first one is a scientist. His name is Dr. Felix Screecher. And he is... he is a bit of a creepy guy. Not very good looking, you know, like real sort of, wow, he's been in my mom's basement a few times. And
Wait, your mom's basement or his mom's basement?
You
'Cause
decide.
Those are two different levels of creepy.
You decide.
You
One of
decide.
them-
Is he like Clint Howard creepy, or is he just like socially?
Or is he like, my mom found a
Greg,
straight
Greg, you know
man
damn well he doesn't know who that is.
creepy.
I want everybody to Google it. Just so they have to look.
Yeah, I mean, that really one is up to you, depending on your basement, depending on your mum. And he's interested in nuclear physics. That's like his like main. He's mained in nuclear physics. So when it comes to like
a min-maxer. Huh?
yeah, when it came to Atomic Cthulhu, I focused on the atomic. The sort of the Cthulhu. So he's he cannot stand up in a fight. He's just gonna get slaughtered as soon as he gets hit. He's got like 9 HP or something like that. So he's there for missions where I'm like, we need a thinker on this, or when our other scientists have died. Nuclear curious. That's a good way of saying it, Brew. And then my second character is Agent Gumble. Agent Gumble is a federal agent. Possibly that's how he got involved with this bureau. He's not a thinker. He is a fighter, and good in firearms, good in shooting shit, basically, punching people in the face, beating up any scientists that are too unruly, that kind of thing. And he's the one that I'm going to send into missions where I think, all right, we're probably going to die today. I need someone that will maybe be able to survive. He's got a higher sanity score than Dr. Screecher as well. Dr. Screecher is probably like a bit fucking mad, you know. I'm going for Dr. Zed in Borderlands kind of vibe with him. Yeah, he's gonna be creepy.
So great. Two of our scientists are just not same.
I mean, this
Already.
this really shows our perspective on scientists in this place, really, doesn't it? They're all fucking crazy. I cut shit up. Yeah, but Agent Gumball...
They know more than me. They're crazy.
Yeah, Agent Gumball is not a clever man, however. He's not intelligent. He's probably not very well educated, really. He probably goes into situations, fist first. So, those are my two characters.
Okay, will this Agent Gumble have any type of... Is he able to conduct an interrogation? Is he have a little bit of intimidation or persuasion?
I took intimidation with him. So that's probably his sort of method, is bust into the place and, beat up any cultists that he finds. Yep.
Nice. Alrighty.
Nerds they are.
Yep, go beat up some nerds. He was definitely a greaser in school.
Perfect.
I say, Dr. Felix Screecher, or is he just self-proclaimed?
No, he is an actual doctor.
Okay.
If that's what you mean. Like he probably passed through school and then started doing some weird shit with bombs, and then the government were like, "Yo, we need this guy making bombs for us and not for those damn whoever else we're fighting in this game." Who are we set to blow up with? Is it like Cold War sort of? We're about to blow up the Russians? Well, I don't know, because in Fallout it's China, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What you'll be doing in this one is this follows the Americana timeline of 1955 or in the 50s, where we have the Red Scare, we have the communist agenda or threat that is the promotion of what will be the early 60s culmination of the Cold War. So, the real threat is from Russia, everyone believes.
Okay. Good. That's me. Jules.
Okay. So, like, true fact, Kiana had her shit up first, and it looked really good, and she thought out all these things, and I was like, crap. I was like, I have to actually think of things. I was just gonna, like, roll. I was like, I have to give these people a backstory. Because you wrote all these good descriptions. Like, God damn it, why does she have to be really good at this? So my first character is, I guess, technically a scientist, but she's not crazy. So there's that. So that balances out, like, sanity versus, oh shit, okay, I thought I was muted for a second. So her name is Dr. Ruby Martin. She's an archaeologist, so she has really good anthropology and archaeology skills. And she knows some stuff about the occult, but she doesn't believe in it. That's the big difference, I think, between your scientist and mine. My scientist teaches archaeology at Columbia University and definitely knows the occult exists as, like, a theoretical, like, oh, look at these nice people who believe in this weird thing. And her main belief is that archaeologists don't think dinosaurs are aliens. So she's the anti-Indiana Jones, and she is good at punching things. That's her main. She punches shit. She punches shit and she digs in the dirt, and she's from West Virginia. Other one, I let my friend build. I let Allie build this one. So my best friend really loves horror movies, so I let her.
Wait, let's go back to Ruby.
Yeah,
you have punches, West Virginia. Keep going.
No, she is a strange. I decided that she'd be a strange mix of all of my aunts and great aunts.
No, I'm kidding. Go right ahead with your horror movie.
No, she's tiny, and she sounds like she's from West Virginia, and she may have a PhD, but you wouldn't know it looking at her. So she has a really good punching score. That was the one thing I paid attention to. She has a high archaeology, a high anthropology, and a high.
She fights skeletons.
I'm sorry. What did we call them? We called them lightning brawl. She has a really good lightning brawl score.
Lightning brawl.
Yeah, she's pretty good at the lightning.
Gonna light them up.
The only thing Indiana Jones gets right about archaeologists is how often we drink and occasionally get in fights. My other one is made by my friend
and the crystal skulls, obviously.
And the crystal, yes.
Clearly.
Let's not discuss that one ever.
Let's move on to an even darker subject. Mike.
Wait, we got one more. We do one?
Did we do two?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You just told me,
my friend Allie made her. She's Florence Parker.
Oh, yeah.
She's a spy. She worked for the Office of Selective Service, I think it was called, the OSS, during World War II. And she helped take down the Nazis with her powers of organization. And I think she's like a good...
Powers of organization.
That's the only way you can defeat them.
Allie.
You have to out-organize. You have to out-organize those Nazis because
you know what did it was the Dewey Decimal System is real.
It was those stick-it notes. Yeah.
I can just see it now, like the hard cut of Florence bursting into the office. I know how we can get Hitler. Taxes. Don't he? And then
never fucking
perfect
taxes. True fact. No, it's not. Please don't look that up. No, she's based on Allie, and I let her make a spy, so she's a spy. She's a really good compliment to I think it's like Will's spy character who just like bursts in the door and like shoots shit. She's good at acting, so she's like high acting and like dodge. Like she's the kind of spy that's gonna she's gonna lie to you. She's there to lie to you and like extract information. that you don't know you're giving her.
Yeah.
So it's a good
Agent
She's the kind of
Gumball.
spy
shooting things.
right?
Yeah, Agent Gumball's more the Christian Bale Batman sort of
Perfect.
agent. So yeah, that's who he is. Mike, do it.
Me. Cool. I have two characters that are diverse and wonderful. That's probably not true. I have a character named Lenny Sparks Williams. He is an engineer from Boston, Massachusetts. And he's here to work on some gears and turn some cranks and pull some levers or whatever. So, yeah, he is a 30-year-old engineer from Boston, Massachusetts. He works in theoretical and nuclear physics. He was in the early draft, got out, so he has a manageable shooting skill. Yeah, that's it. He's good at electronic repairs and all that kind of fun stuff. And he volunteered for this ridiculous detail because he was told that there was science involved, and he wanted to be part of that. And that's kind of his jam. The next guy is to complement Mitz Greaser. I have Vinny Diamato from New York, and he actually works for the BOO, and an old speakeasy that has been retrofitted and converted into a BOO occult meeting place. It still maintains its like hidden lever speakeasy downstairs situation, but it's a local office on the East Coast in New York City, where agents can find some respite and discuss their weird occult things. So he's a bartender. He's a charming psychoanalyst, a good listener, and he is well-versed-ish in the occult, I guess as far as you can be in the occult, due to his many conspiratorial conversations that have been had inside the whereabouts of this fine establishment. And that's him. That's Vinny.
Nice, excellent. So to recap, you've all picked a scientist and some muscle, with the exception of Mike, who picked a scientist and a bartender.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what
they're obviously.
I mean, Greg, we listened to you. You told us in the campaign primer that science would be important, so we all said, "Okay, science is important."
Yeah, we all picked that one word you said.
Science.
Because we're fucking idiots.
That's why.
You said science will be very important in mission 1, and so we all made scientists.
Right. No, that's cool.
We'll
sure,
all
that's
die
fine.
in mission 2, and then we'll get to make new characters.
Yeah.
Another scientist.
Absolutely.
What's the
Okay,
point of
so
mission 2?
the first part of mission 1 that has already been given to the players. I will now convey these things to chat, and chat, you can probably think about the characters that you have just heard described and see which one of them for each of the players would probably fit best. They probably won't listen to you, so make sure you punish them for that.
Yeah,
the mission parameters are as follows. From the Bureau of Oddities and the Occult, BOO for short, mission parameters 1, or mission parameter 1, travel to Richland, Washington. Number 2, determine the nature of George Sturwell's death. Number 3, ascertain the loyalty of George Sturwell by interviewing known associates. Number 4, follow up, rule out his claim of being watched. And finally, knowledge of nuclear science, physics, science, biology, and anthropology may aid the team. Their assets include a 1955 Cadillac Series 2 sedan, black, $1,000 in cash, a letter from George Sturwell requesting aid, which has been included, a map of Richland in the Tri-Cities, government identification marking each investigator as a member of the FBI, a Bureau of Oddities and Occult identification only to be provided to other Bureau operatives, and then, of course, the individual operative loadouts and gear. All of these things, as far as what they are carrying, will be cleared beforehand, so somebody doesn't miraculously produce, a toothbrush or a gun or 50 feet of rope. All of these things will be done in my effort to keep to the story.
I would hope everyone would bring a toothbrush. I don't want nasty breath.
Okay. No, none of this is going to work. I'm not getting off kilter.
Start over.
Right.
Start again.
What we can do is to share with everybody, George Sturwell sent a letter to the commander in charge of the NORAD base. George Sturwell and Richland, Washington, the area where the first mission will take place, is actually an atomic village. It is where the plutonium was harvested, and not harvested, but it was refined for the atomic bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki. In addition to that, most of the government's secrets in advanced nuclear warfare and atomic energy production, some of them, most of them, a bit of them, everything that America has produced, at least in part, is housed in the Richland, Washington area. The Tri-Cities there are actually cities that were artificially created out in the desert as part of a governmental exchange, a governmental idea to put a base or a hub of both industry and invention away from any major city. The reason for that, of course, being that if everybody fell to a nuclear attack, our secrets would be safe in this remote location in the far eastern side of Washington state. George Sturwell was one of their chief scientists. He ended up dead, and a letter was received that was dated the day of his death, and it reads the following: I need your help. I don't know where else to turn. I can't trust anyone here. I don't trust myself. There are things hiding here, and they're always watching me. I left town in order to send this because I'm worried that someone might read it, but I can't say much more because they might find out anyway. It's sleeping right now, so I hope it doesn't find out, but I can't be sure. I'm really taking a chance here, but I have to stop it. Please come. Don't get in touch with me first. It's not safe. Come to my house and talk to me while the sun is shining. Please come. Sincerely, George Sturwell. The operatives are being dispatched to make sure not whether or not George Sturwell's wishes are being fulfilled, but whether or not he was somehow involved in sending information to the Russians, because this type of I'm being watched or they might see sounds an awful lot like extortion or blackmail, or that he is being coerced into doing something against his wishes. So the government, in an effort to make sure that their secrets remain that way, have dispatched whatever group these players decide to form. They will be leaving the Cheyenne Mountain facility, heading towards Richland, Washington. And once they reach that site, they will be 100% in my hands.
We all also have magical toothbrushes, thank you to Latu.
God damn it, Latu!
The one thing they can't ever have. So
Can't have a toothbrush. Thank you.
Amazing. Well, Greg, talk to me about the Bureau. So, have we, I mean, this may be up to us to decide, but have we been here for a long time? Are we just getting inducted in? How do things run around here? Is there like someone in charge that we report to? Or is it sort of just freeform? Do we want?
You guys will report to the agent director, and as the agent director is the one that's going to be giving you these mission parameters, the actual, if you want to call it, fallout shelter of NORAD, of the Cheyenne Mountain facility, we're going to start outside of that on each of these early missions that we go on. So whenever you see we start a session, it will be after the teams have been generated and selected by the players that you see. So the facility itself, we will reveal what it looks like in some of the exterior shots, but we won't get into the actual specifics. It's a city inside a mountain. You know, it's every bit Vault 101 from the original Fallout. So when we leave there, you guys are already going to be briefed on that, so there won't be any direct interaction with the chain of command. They will be alluded to, they will be talked about, orders will be given, signed by various officials inside of NORAD. But I want you guys to be wholly isolated in your investigations. And that is one of the tenets that they will give you with your original list of rules. Once you leave the Cheyenne Mountain facility, you leave the NORAD base, you cannot contact them unless it is to inform them of imminent nuclear attack. They want to keep themselves secret, and they want to keep your association with Boo secret. The Bureau of the Oddities and the Occult needs to remain a shadow organization within the FBI. The reason being, you were all conscripted. Obviously, we have civilians present. We have scientists. We have Agent Gumble. Or is it Gumble or Gamble?
Gumble. Yes, Agent Gumble.
Yeah, Agent Gumble. And then we have, who's the other? Florence Parker. Agent Gumble and Florence Parker, they probably were members of various military or investigative units, FBI, CIA, the Straight Bureau of America, OSS, as was brought up. Those groups would be conscripted within the government societies that you had been with. Everybody else, especially this bevy of scientists that we have, would have been kind of handpicked by government officials that were watching them from afar, kind of like observing their progress in various disciplines. Of course, anything that involves nuclear energy or the ability to expand upon anything of the splitting the atom, atomic variety, they would be brought in. They would be of great importance. And then anybody that could handle themselves in the field even remotely well would become a member of this organization. Now, the organization itself, as do all organizations in Cthulhu, they have a broader picture of what is exactly going on. They will only be telling this group a slice of what they need to know. But when these groups go out, like I said, there is a reward for having your player or your character survive an entire session. There will be a mechanical reward, and there will also be a knowledge reward. The knowledge reward could potentially help you keep that Doomsday Clock from advancing, and if you're selfish, keep your player alive. So that's pretty much the nutshell of it.
Okay. That's good to know. I'm trying to think. I think Gumble probably would have been sort of recruited just because he's someone who doesn't ask questions. He's
an agent, right?
Right. He just does sort of. I mean, like he was, CIA or whatever, or FBI, something like that. But he probably excelled in his field because he just never asks questions of his superiors whatsoever. Just blindly follows orders like a dog. So for something like this, highly sensitive sort of operation, they can probably rely on Gumble. He also has the most dogged love of America. He just loves America so very much, on a shameful level. To the point where it's like, Jesus, you need to get a life. There are real people in this world as well that you could love. And no, America. So, yeah, he's got that unflinching loyalty comboed with that never ask any question because he's doing it for America. I imagine that's why he's here, at least.
Fantastic. So, at this point, you're all having been given the what you will be needing for mission number 1 with physics, nuclear science, science biology, and anthropology being of potential help to you on the mission. At this point, would you like to form your group, and we will have the viewers vote on who they think should be the field captain for this group when you hit Richland, Washington?
You want us to...
You know what? I think it's fun to try to put together the team now and talk it through.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
The more I talk about it, the more I'm wanting to run with Gumble at first.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
We need somebody with some kind of muscle, because I think the rest of us are I think obviously I'm gonna...
Hey, whoa, speak for yourself, okay?
I'm gonna lead you a bunch of nerds into the lion's den.
Oh my God, it is Christian Bale.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I think, now I said it, he has to be voiced like that, so...
Has to be.
Yeah. So you are gonna follow me, okay?
This is Batman with a fedora.
It's just with a fedora on.
Where are the other scientists?
Christian Bale with a fucking fedora on, okay.
No, not Christian Bale, just Batman with a
Just
fedora.
Batman, okay.
Yeah.
With the full
With a
regalia.
tan,
Yes.
with a tan
Also a
fedora.
Swear to America.
Exactly.
America, I love you.
That is terrifying.
I don't know, man.
No.
America's we've only been on 2 dates. Can we
Yeah, you know what? I'm Canadian.
Okay,
so
so
one Bryant Gumble.
Yep.
Gumble to Gumble.
Okay. Well,
Myth, who are you thinking about bringing?
Wait, which one are you playing, Mike?
No, you said you're bringing.
Yes, I'm bringing
Gumble.
Gumble. Yeah, sorry, I thought you said you were bringing someone. I always
No,
called
no,
you.
no.
I also called you Josh for a second, then, but don't worry about that.
That's fine. We're basically the same person. That's why you took us off the same Monday stream.
Yeah, that's right. Confused me.
Yeah, Josh is just a British me, which means it's probably worse, way worse.
but wittier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More likable.
More
It's got a personality.
something about him.
Yeah.
He's got some schwa
What a be. That's how you pronounce it.
Myth, who are you bringing?
I think I may bring, as much as I want to bring Joey DeVivre, I think I should probably bring Marty Reiner. He said this is all like, this letter is something we are like public knowledge, I guess, to us.
To you all, yeah, you were given.
I guess exclusive knowledge to us. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. If it says he mentions something's watching, it's sleeping. He is a wildlife expert, and so I think in biology. So maybe he's just like, maybe he's speaking of like a pet or something. So maybe I'll bring him, and then see what's going on there with that or whatever that is. So I guess that's his voice.
So we've got Joey DeVivre and we've got Adrian Gumble
and Marty Reiner.
Yep.
Martin Reiner. I think that's probably what I'll call him.
Okay. Kiana, who are you going to bring?
That's a very good question. Because it could really go either way. Neither of them are optimal for this. If we want to really nail down science, I mean, Jane does have, she's pretty solid in biology and she's very solid in chemistry. She also does know a little bit about
chemist would be good.
About medicine and first aid, because she's had to patch herself up a lot when things explode in your face, and you're an immigrant and your lab supervisor doesn't care about you.
How many times has she used the eye wash station? That's what I want to know. Like, how many times has she chemically needed to take a shower?
Like a day or a week?
No, she literally has chemical burns all over her because
perfect.
That's her place. So I feel like she'd probably work better because especially if we're talking to people, I think we already have the interrogator because that's what Valerie would just be doing. She would just be the shut up, talk to me. I'll smack you with my rifle. But no, okay, yeah, I'll probably bring in Jane with her. I'm figuring out how many wild magic surges I'm giving her at the beginning.
10.
Anywhere between 0 and 10.
0 and 10, yeah.
It's gonna be good. All those chemical burns.
Yeah. Which Jane's last name again?
Walsh. Her dad's Irish, so she looks very not Irish, but she's Irish.
Cool. Agent Gumble, Martin Reiner, and Jane Walsh so far. Mike and Jules.
Jules, who are you bringing?
Probably Ruby. Yeah, like Dr. Martin's going because she's an anthropologist. I feel like she is literally. I love that like Will is like his character is there because he wants to give America a blowjob.
Yeah,
and like,
I mean, not just that.
I mean, who doesn't?
Not just a blowjob.
I mean, as an American,
let's clarify.
I support this.
Yeah. This is going to be over the TOS levels of what I can do.
I feel like Ruby is there because
What else do
the
you think Florida's
VOO
for?
promised to pay off her student loans.
Goodbye.
She's in loads of student debt, so she's working at the Atomic Cthulhu team. Good.
She's got the skills they need. She's in such debt. She's literally in that sense me right after grad school. She's living in an apartment in New York she can't afford. She's on an academic salary. She's like, well, I guess. Like, she's like, like, all her parents are coal miners. Like, what's she gonna do? She ain't got no money. She's up to her fucking eyeballs in debt. So
She's just Jules. This is just
No, my student loans are paid.
Get real.
okay. Whole family's coal miners.
Oh, so it's myth. Okay,
No,
so
that is that is my, no, she's like mildly annoyed being there because she's like, no, this fucking shit's real. Oh my god. So she's like, A, they're paying off my student loans. B, it's not real. Like if these people want to play like Fantasy Monsterland, sure, I'll do it. Like she's like, cool. You're gonna like pay my student loans. She's like, I've got $30,000 I have to pay off, and once we hit that mark, I'm peacing out. So
We all say that.
Yeah. Do we have
Too rude.
what do you call it? Physicist?
I am
she
nuclear.
dabbles.
Oh, yeah, but I'm
Yeah, but you're not
this
bringing him.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget who I
Yeah.
am. I'm too many people, Mike.
I just kind of started adding shit to places, so
Because if
That's what physics is, basically. Just start adding shit.
You just add things from things and take things away. That's science.
what
It's
happens.
regular.
Science
she
shit.
went to Columbia. They did the first Manhattan Project was there. She might have seen some stuff occasionally.
Yeah, like it's hard to experiment on physics, on theoretical physics. So Jade was just like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, so my current, like, if we need a physicist, which Greg suggested we need a physicist, I have a physicist. And alternatively, I have the nice version of what Will's bringing. I have someone who's charming and good at psychoanalyzing for the talking to people portion of the assignment. So what do you guys...
Interrogation involves him making an old fashioned and just sliding it across the bar.
So, you want to talk?
I mean, Myth, as a
Dash of
previous
bitters here.
as a previous bartender, come on.
Tell me about it.
Tell
How's
me
your
about
day?
work.
Hard day?
How was your day? Your husband just died? That's a damn shame.
Oh, that's awful. So something's watching you, you said. That's weird.
It's weird. I would love you to
Darkashim.
Like-
Darkashim.
It's just very
There.
dependent on whether we want to lean more on the like interviewing people, or if we want to like maybe try to go through his notes and try to decipher that kind of
By the way,
stuff. That's the
yeah.
difference, I think, really.
I also would like it if every session we had a 30 to 45 minute discussion about which characters we're going to bring. I would really personally enjoy that, just to screw with Greg. But didn't
I
Greg
was
say...
wondering what you were thinking when you said this, Greg.
Yeah,
Like, logistics planning.
Oh boy,
Done and
just
done.
sexy.
If you notice, I also said they all must be chosen before the session starts. So you guys can take your own fucking time and just let me know who's showing up.
Darn it.
Didn't
Bring
Greg
your
say
part.
that we need science this time around?
He said biology, physics, and science.
I got physics. No, I
Yeah.
don't. Well, no, actually, I don't with this character.
Yeah, you're bringing.
Maybe
you're
I
bringing
should
your,
bring the other character. Oh boy.
So that's the thing is, I have either a talker or a physicist. What do you guys want?
Oh, you bring a
Yes.
physicist then, because I don't think we have that.
Cool.
yeah,
then
we
I
don't
will
have a
bring-
physicist yet.
Then I will bring Lenny.
Will's the
Stark-
talker. Good. That's great.
Don't worry, I'll do
We'll
this.
leave the
I'll talk to you all.
Hey, where is he?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted a
Where's-
Batman or a nice guy.
Where are the bombs?
That's exactly.
Show me where the bombs are, Joker.
Okay, so we got the we got Ripoff,
Exactly what it
Batman.
is when
We have the I don't want to be
unstoppable
here
force meets a
archaeologist.
movable object.
I mean,
We have the super nerd
Super nerds.
biologist, and then we have the kind of opera rocker chemist,
this is a great team. We're gonna live.
and a physicist too, like who actually knows what he's doing.
We're not gonna live. That's so good. I'm excited.
I
Thank
can't
you.
wait
Yes,
for
okay,
it
with
to
my-
blow the
with
whole
my
world
nerd.
up on the first episode.
Like I made a dude who could do stuff, then I made a guy who just could think, and I don't know if he could actually do anything.
That's
at all.
pretty much what I did as well. I was like, I don't need to put any stats in this or this. I'll just max out my
right.
science.
Whatever.
I would give them
Marty,
any
what can you
weapons.
do at all? Anything? I mean,
Oh.
it's Cthulhu. You can't do anything in Cthulhu besides just
Yeah,
run.
yeah, pretty
that's
much.
Fine.
Greg, question for you: RE equipment. Do we have an armory at the bureau? Is there any special equipment that we have to fight Cthulhu shit with, or is it
Okay,
all
now you're
mundane?
power gaming. Okay.
Yeah, I am. I mean, this is I played with Greg.
Excellent question, my friend. Currently, what you have available to you is anything, if you're a scientist, any type of portable lab kit that you would they be considered a on-site like CSI type of lab kit for the collection of specimens, or if you have, depending upon your field, the chemistry, physics, biology, you would have your equivalent of being able to do on-site lab work. Now, of course, it's not going to be anything that's going to get you super in-depth type of knowledge. And even in the 50s, it's very difficult to get like really kind of cellular level type of stuff from the lab. But you'd be able to, fingerprints, things like that. Depending upon your discipline, you'd be able to pull those types of things. As far as weaponry, anything available to the U.S. military is currently available to you all. So if you want to have scoped rifles, you can have that. If you want to have repeating machine guns, you can have those. Everything is available to you to take into the field. However, you must be aware that when you are walking in a public setting, which Richland, Washington most assuredly is, if you are fully decked out in a helmet, combat fatigues, and slinging a rifle, you probably will receive a different reception than somebody not dressed that way. But Agent Gumble might not care about that. So.
I want a fat boy and I want a pool cue.
What the hell was that?
That's what I want.
You
That's me after I've been to Dunwich for a couple of weeks as Agent Gumble.
Right.
Yeah, I want my pool cue and I want my fat boy and I want my plasma weapon, and then I'm good. Well, it's already gaming.
That'll be fine.
Hey, I get 2 crit successes for Gumble. That's a critical failure for the commies. Thank you so much, gaming.
Nice.
Damn right it is those damn commies. Yeah. He's got a little bit more kind of wet since I last spoke to him.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm sure he has.
We all are.
We have asthma.
I mean, ladies. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I've got a really bad asthma condition.
The sexiest of things.
Probably my asthma they love about me.
If this were Russia, they'd want me to share my asthma with everyone, but not here in America. It's all mine.
Everyone gets
Those
equal
pinko
asthma.
bastards.
Would they even have inhalers at that point? The amount
I
of
think they did, right?
the amount of research I have done to try, like 1950s chemistry is very different than current chemistry. I learned that the hard way.
Oh, Kiana, the amount of time that you have wasted.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way too, and it's okay.
It's true.
Yeah,
Right.
I spent the first 6 or 7 episodes thinking that Les Mis was also in the appropriate time period in which we were playing the last Cthulhu game. Turns out, way off.
Well, more I was looking at like from 1920 to 1950s chemistry, which thank God I have a chemist boyfriend that I can feel like, hey, help me,
Yeah.
help me understand
I
this.
played Fallout. I'm good.
Yeah,
Same.
Yep, yeah, you
I
got
played
that.
Fallout.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't beat it.
didn't
That's
beat it. I mean, I played about 20 minutes and then
Yeah.
got too invested in a dog. So
Yeah, I feel like I played the last one, and I live near Boston. I'm fine.
Yeah,
That's
I got
it,
family in
yeah.
West Virginia.
I played.
We're good.
I
I know where Jamaica Plains is. We got those.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know what a Red Rocket Factory is. It's so good.
I've been to New York once. I'm fine.
I think we got this.
I've seen
Yeah.
a burger.
I love,
Anyway,
I
we're
love that. I inhale what I want. This is America. This is why freedom was invented.
True.
He's not
Yeah, so
wrong.
no,
You know?
yeah, Kiana, I was joking. These things are actually going to come into play, hopefully, as I am going to force via with terminal direction the story. I decided that since I don't want to use my plot treadmill anymore, I would just start murdering people that slowed things down.
Oh no! I
That's
don't want to die that
exciting.
much.
Yeah, you should really be worried. But
Are we gonna have a death counter for each of us?
Yes,
yeah, I think we should.
we
Will,
should.
if you don't have a live death counter on the screen, you're messing up.
So I feel like we need a
we'll
death
get-
counter.
But for each of us, we need to like have a top score
We'll
at the
get-
end.
I'll
It's
get
like,
the-
who-
Yes.
I'm like stressed out enough
Stats.
about the production team. They're like working over there, and Snevolent's right now like fuck.
Will, we need a scoreboard. We need the Doomsday Clock. We need.
Will, just
We'll-
hire
we'll
Brad
get
Watto
something.
to come over here and do the production for
We'll
you.
get something.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Brandon's down the road from me. I just give him a ring.
Yeah. As I say, just come
Brad,
have
go
him
down.
come over. Like, I need your help, Brad. I know you're busy.
Right, and we also need would we say we needed? Oh, bottle cap, crit stuff.
See our engineer.
Those are
Bastian-
already good.
The engineer Bastian is actually in chat right now. He's like, scoreboard is built in. Love it.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right,
Yeah,
so we got
the crit caps have already been sent. They're already
Yes,
we
yeah.
got
Myths created a crit cam, so I'm uploading them to our sync folder now. So beautiful. So we got our team together. We know what our mission is loosely. I'm gonna arm myself with disgusting amount of weaponry, being who I am. What else do we need to do, Greg?
To get yourselves ready for this, really, whatever you think. And what I'll do is so we can kind of get associated with 1950s instead of 1920s. I will be a little bit lax here on the loadouts that you guys will be taking with you for this first mission. So if something were to pop up that you probably would have had in your possession anyway, like a lab kit, like the ability to collect evidence and things of that nature, I will say that it is being provided to you inside the 55 Cadillac that you've been given. You know, you can keep all of your weaponry inside there. You'll all be driving from the Cheyenne Mountain Complex to Richland, Washington. It'll
Road
take
trip.
Who's drive? Anyone can drive?
I can drive.
Okay.
But normally, you don't need a drive skill just to drive.
I
Like
don't
people,
know.
drive is like
I
you
can't
gotta
drive.
do such. Yeah, right,
Driving is my one weakness.
right.
You can't do
Can
it.
it go up walls?
Driving in communism.
Yeah, like, oh man, Gumball definitely drives like the most dickhead car ever. Like, oh,
Like a 55 Cadillac.
it's probably his. This is my one. Brought it in from the garage. You're welcome. And
It
like
literally looks like the Batmobile too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture. For
it like
everybody.
seats two people.
Yeah. 1950s Batman. So good. So good.
Yeah, so it's a Gregor counter, not a Geiger counter.
Oh.
That is correct. Yeah, no, but yeah. So for this, for this first mission, you guys will be able to kind of, equipment-wise, get a feel for what you may or may not need. You know, the fighters will have their guns, the scientists will have their scientisty stuff, and
Scientist
once
guns.
you, correct, yeah, they'll have ray guns and be able to
The ray
fly.
guns from the alien mission, yeah. From the
Correct,
DLC,
right, yeah.
from Mothership
The
Zeta.
gravity weapons, yeah, all that stuff. You know, jump rope to death.
Good.
So whenever you guys get on site in Richland, Washington, you will be given the ability to do whatever you would like to conduct your investigation. George Sturwell has died by apparent suicide in the time it takes you to receive the letter and get to Richland, Washington. Beyond that, you will not know much about the on-site area other than the police force is not existent in Richland. It's actually a security force because the nearby nuclear society, it's run by the military essentially. So within several hours of finding the Sturwell body, it was ruled a suicide and the case was closed. You guys will be able to get on site, and with the mission parameters that you have been given, you will know that George Sturwell was a nuclear engineer. He was married to Sarah Sturwell. The official investigation showed that his body had bruisings and scars and things of that nature all over them, but it appeared to be prior wounds. He was found dead on the hood of his truck, a shotgun nearby, and he was in Sacagawea National Forest near the Sentinel Mountain. All of these things are very close, and they are provided within the Google document that I sent you and no one read. But you will be able to...
I actually read it as soon as you sent it.
I read it.
That's why you're here. You're my favorite already.
I read it and then I forgot everything that was in it because
I didn't even look at the link.
Good.
But now that I know there's a link.
Now I know the link.
I know that.
I won't look at
now
it, but
I
I'll know
know
it's there. Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
Okay. A question for you, Greg, is like how much weird shit would we have seen? And if so,
you guys would not have seen
no
any
weird
weird shit so
okay,
far.
no weird shit. So have we heard about weird shit from the Bureau?
Absolutely. The
Okay.
biggest rumor that you all have heard of is that the atomic division that is currently being housed in NORAD in Cheyenne, Washington, has experienced turbulence. The actual working with atomic energy has been very temperamental and not really followed the laws of physics and things of that nature within the past 30 days. Experiments that were designed to be safe and have been conducted dozens of times before are now becoming very unsafe, and the scientists that are conducting them are being lost because general heat ups and tests are flaring, taking out 120 feet. Just a lot of random accidents that are occurring around the nuclear research division of America. A lot of people are fearing sabotage. They are fearing that these are deliberate kind of, not necessarily sabotages, but there are scientists among the American community that are feeding false information that other physicists are kind of trying to build off of, thus creating kind of like a compounding effect.
Right.
Everything is at a very high 3 minutes to midnight level. Everyone, it's a razor's edge. It's the very beginnings of this race, this arms race, and it is right now feared that America is falling behind.
Right, and so is that something that particularly Agent Gumball might be aware of, not as a scientist, but like looking on the lookout for scientists in our own team that maybe are selling secrets to the enemy?
With the agents of Boo, the agents that are being sent to you, Gumball would know that they have been vetted 6 ways to Sunday. So they have been looked at because this is the top of the pyramid as far as this is, if anybody is a fan of the old comic Planetary and obviously the X-Files, this is a group that has been kind of handpicked by the trusted members of government. And so Gumball he sounds like the type of guy that would probably see conspiracy in everything.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Right, but he might not look within his own group. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to. He might see something he doesn't.
Yeah, but if Liz is like the handpicked chosen of America in his eyes, this is like the ultimate fighting team of America. So these guys are true patriots in his eyes, probably. So he doesn't.
So Gumball's going to be
America
trying to
World Police.
one of these a blowjob, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. That is something that is likely to happen, I would say. Session 0 to Session 1, anytime during, between, or in Session 0. That
So, Will, curious, where do you give oral to America? Not location.
Florida.
Point to America where you give the oral.
Florida's a good point. Good insertion point I found.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Texas is the best spot.
Well, Texas, that's a big deal. You got to get a lot in there. So you got a lot of ground to cover.
Don't forget about Alaska. A lot of people.
Well, with Texas takes it both in the Gulf and then up the Baja Peninsula. So there's like 2 ways that you can get in.
Yeah, in the Gulf and up at the Baja.
You made a comment about Texas being real girthy.
Right.
If America had genitalia, I assume it would be girthy.
I don't know.
And in Texas,
it could well be. It may be a case of overcompensating.
Right.
I mean,
kind of a Italy scenario.
I think it's also a case of like
kick America right in its NORADs.
Will knows.
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Let's see it. And I'm done. So one thing I would want to talk about is how our characters know one another. If there's any like pre-existing relationships that we will have with one another, friendships, enemies.
Where's everyone from?
Ah, crap.
I
can hear. Be right back.
Yeah, Jane she works at Berkeley. She's from the West Coast. It's the only really big, Chinese American settlement. So at that time, it was always a big place for Chinese population. So she works at Berkeley. Is essentially where she's from.
Gotcha.
I think I made up something. I think I just made up.
I think
made
my
up a hometown, but let me fix it.
Came from somewhere else and then moved to Detroit.
Wait, why does your spy live in Detroit?
I don't know. He's not really. It's not a very good spy.
Is this is your spy a part of? Is he like white flight? Are you gonna be like the reason?
Let's see where it came from. I wrote it down on this character sheet. It was either this guy or the other one.
Marty Reiner comes from, or he lives right now in Las Vada, Not be confused with.
Oh wait. Yeah. Lost father. Yeah.
And also, but he was born in
The
Small
mashup.
Soda Springs.
Very good. Yeah, no, Gumball was from Detroit, and now he lives in Halifax. And Dr.
Wait,
Felix...
Halifax, Canada?
Halifax, Virginia.
There are a lot of
Oh,
Halifaxes.
Virginia.
There are
Okay,
about
that makes more
5.
sense. I was like,
There's a
Put your
Halifax.
Halifax straight.
I was like, what? No, please.
Fucking damn it.
There's
I
no
would
goddamn
actually, if
Canadian.
my character dies, I'm gonna find a way to make somebody from Nova Scotia.
Yes.
That sucks.
Yes.
All right. Can't wait.
Yes.
That's
Yes, yes, yes.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Felix
Nice.
We're
Screecher.
gonna fight some monsters, eh?
Dr. Felix Screecher comes from Salem, and his residence is Area 51.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh wait, like he comes from Salem and he still lives in Salem. And
Yeah, it just goes to Area 51, yeah.
He's probably
It's actually his postcode, his zip code, I guess.
So he goes from which town to aliens, is what you're telling me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the agent? Is that the agent character?
No, that's Dr. Screecher, the really creepy dude.
That's
yeah.
really good.
Gumball
So
is-
it's like supernatural creepy is the kind of creepy scientist.
Right, yeah.
I feel
It's
like,
like
Area
slick back hair, pale
He just
skin.
rotates
I feel like Area 51
from
didn't
basement
exist in the
to
50s.
Area 51.
Well, it depends what year it is, Mike, because 51 for a reason.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Mike.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Keep up, Mike. Jesus.
Thanks, man. You're right. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Get
Don't know what I was thinking.
get some culture in here, aren't you? Into
It's in the
American
1950s.
50s for a reason.
It's most likely after one.
It's not Area 52, is it? Jesus.
Oh, no, didn't know what I was
Come
thinking. You win this round.
Oh my god, that hurt. I think
Know
that's
your own country, Mike.
Jeez, this
Sorry.
is your history.
I was too concerned with the
Embarrassing.
fact that I didn't know about the
We've got Will over here schooling you about how our country is done.
This is how you run your country, Mike. This is
Good God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Go to
You're right.
school.
Go to school, Mike.
I went to public school. What do you want from me?
Hey, I went to
Ah,
public school.
I have a failing education.
Yours sucked.
Do you hear where I'm from? Do you hear where I'm from,
No.
Greg?
Oh yeah.
Greg, I'm from Las Vada. And Las Vada, yeah, these are absolutely made up. And but he was born in Small Soda Springs, so I didn't know how real we were getting.
Small soda springs.
That's cool.
Specifically
Perfect.
small. Only small sodas that make
Do whatever you want with it.
Just tiny little sodas. Just tiny little, tiny people sodas.
There's like one spring.
Baby sodas. Let's put it in a tiny bottle. I feel like Gumball. You know, I feel like Gumball might know I was here. He's been at the bureau for a while, so you know, and Gumball is probably either universally hated or respected, depending on where you fall on that one. Where you
I feel
fall
like-
on the blowjob situation, really. Yeah.
For America.
From
America.
well,
Yeah, like America's blowjob, not Gumball's. That's a different thing entirely.
whatever
Like,
you say, Mike.
His contemporaries are either disgusted or really impressed with his patriotism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either way too much, but you respect it, or way too much.
Yeah.
Just way too much.
And still respect it.
Yeah.
It's either just the tip and that's understandable, or the whole thing and, well, that's impressive.
All right, now I gotta hand it to you.
Oh, I didn't see you taking the whole...
He deep-throated America all the way to Jacksonville. My man.
Oh, that's a quote. He deep-throated America all the way to Jacksonville. And this little piggy went all the way home. So Gumball would probably
man.
be someone that's known. Does anyone want to know Gumball? I mean, really? But
I feel like Florence probably knows Gumball, but she don't like him.
yeah,
Yeah.
he pretty much. I mean, I like the idea now that he really likes you and he thinks that you're best friends. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, but like he actually.
Cause like Florence's mom is black, so she's like not too happy with America.
Mhm.
She's like, yeah, there's some things wrong here. So like,
Yeah, America is a land of pure, just everything.
Imagination.
Imagination. and freedom for Gumball. So like he is probably always inviting you around to his Sunday barbecues with his friends.
Thinks your potato salad is nasty.
He doesn't make it. It's actually his mum's. It's my mum's potato salad.
Your mom makes some bland ass potato salad.
It's the best potato salad, Karen.
Way to bring that full circle.
Yeah,
fucking Karen.
Fucking Karen. But yeah, that's Gumball. What about Joey? I feel like Joey and Gumball could get along.
Joey and Gumball probably do get along. But I think I'm bringing Marty here. But yeah, they probably get along. So there are like civilians in this because I feel like
Yes.
like Joe, good because Joey was like not picked. All right, good, okay. Yeah, I feel like Joey and Gumball would get along. The only thing is, I don't know who Marty would know. I guess I'd probably know Kiana's character.
I feel like Jane would vibe with him. It's fucking nerds.
Yeah. Nerds gotta stick together.
Same with Screecher. With my doctor as well. Like the nerds probably all get along really well.
Right. I was going to suggest too that at this time, because the only way to kind of proliferate academic sources is to attend conferences, is to go on speaking tours and engagements in different colleges. So the scientists of the group would probably know one another at least by reputation or by production of the source material. Oh, you wrote that paper on blah blah blah. That type of stuff would probably be, because the community is much smaller in this time, especially of who your scientists, not that would have egos, but they would be the best in their particular fields. So they're not going to read a graduate paper on something or other.
Yeah.
They would, surrounded by peers.
Yeah, that's interesting, because the thing with Jane is because she is a woman and she is half Chinese, half Irish, her credits are usually stolen by her lab supervisor because he's a dick, and that's how academia worked at the time. So you might have seen her name, but anytime she's at conferences, she's always as an assistant to her lab supervisor.
Her name's the footnote to the footnote.
Yeah. Alongside her
American.
very German best friend and lab partner.
Yeah.
So, like, she's just like...
Felix is definitely of German descent as well. So he is
okay, so they can shit talk in German.
Yeah,
because she knows German.
I put points in that for my language. Yeah, so he's really interested in bombs. That's his thing. Bombs and, like, weird science. Witches and bombs and bomb witches and witch bombs is what Felix is into. So like anyone that will listen to him talk about it. Yeah.
Now are we talking about like bums, like as in homeless people?
Did I say bums?
Bombs.
I said, sorry, bombs.
I was gonna say bombs. I was like, that's a hell of a weird science to be interested in. Is homeless people or
witches and bums?
The science of us. Yeah. No. Bombs. Yeah.
You get some dank ass witches in Salem.
Witches ain't nothing but bums and tricks.
That's a sciencey person, right? Yeah, so he might have heard of. I mean, all the scientists would know each other, but he probably would know Lenny Williams as well, Dr. Williams, or Professor Williams. I don't know what the hell he is. Greg, look like you have a question.
Yeah, I would say too that in response to what Kiana was saying about her character, Jane would probably get more credit in the community than she would outside of it, because every one of your scientists would know that her boss is an asshat and could never have figured out that stuff himself.
Right.
And so that's why she was picked to be on there, and he's not a member of the team. You guys would have a ready idea that she's been fucked over continuously about her accomplishments. So as far as Gumball is concerned, he would know, okay, she was the one that really came up with this shit. We've got the right person. So there wouldn't be a question about her eligibility.
I think as well, Screecher has also been very sort of overlooked in his field about bombs and witch bombs because he's a little bit mad. So like he definitely connects with the plight of not being like fully recognized in one's field, because he would consider himself a genius when it comes to bombs.
I'm a little afraid of the conversations that Jane and Screecher would have, because the two just slightly unhinged who just love.
As soon as those two start talking, the Doomsday Clock just starts ticking down like a fucking stopwatch.
Yeah, one thing I would say is probably Screecher is again less patriotic in a big way, and has probably like done some slightly unethical research into like some topics which are like Yeah, wow, you should be doing that. So yeah, he's probably a bit that way. But I reckon Gumball and Valerie would get along really well. She's total ass. So
Oh god, they would. They would get on
Gumball.
like a house on fire, and it'd be awful.
I feel like Valerie has pulled a gun on Ruby. Like, in her, like, she spends, like, she
We both
teaches,
have.
like, she's out in the field. She is, like, literally, I decided her, like, area of expertise was the mound builders, because so her languages are Iroquois language groups, because I was like, well, we're going to be realistic, so we're never going to use that, but that's fine.
Hey, you never know.
I feel like she was doing, like, field survey with a bunch of, like, undergrads on, like, a summer session, and, like, I feel like Valerie pulled a gun on her, and she fucking hates Valerie, like, with the fire of 1,000 suns. She's like, you ruined my dig. Like, she's like, I hate you. You ruined my survey. Like, you set your dog on me. Like she. I feel like they know each other because, like, obviously, like, the Southeast isn't such a big place in terms of, like, where all the archaeology sites are and where you go hunting, and she's just like, she knows that you, like, pull shit out of the ground. You're like, I found this interesting thing while I was hunting, like, put it back in the ground, bitch. It's not like, don't do that. She's like,
I'm so glad we're already making our characters hate each other.
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
Yeah,
Ruby hates
definitely.
Valerie for, like, everything she is, and she's like, and it all started where, like, Ruby was doing survey for a new site, and Valerie's like, pulled a gun on her. She's like, what are you doing in my backyard? Which
that reminds me, I'm going to build off that real quick about people hating one another, because you guys said earlier that Gumball would really like Joey. Well, I'm here to tell you that greasers in the 50s were the equivalent of hippies in the 60s. And so the clean cut, flat top gentlemen and older generation couldn't stand the greasers because they looked like fucking bums, and they worked on cars, and they did these things that raced and were derelict, rebel without a cause. James Dean, he was admonished for his behavior. He wasn't applauded for it. So that's another
you, Greg.
I think it probably depends on Joey's
you, Mike.
I think it probably depends on Joey's level of patriotism. If he does it for America, Gumball's probably cool with you. In that regard, I think he's probably best friends with Valerie, and they have this awful, like, buddy cop relationship sort of thing, where they just go around and they're just terrible people, but they're, like, best friends together sort of thing. I'm picturing that Rick and Morty montage where they just go and beat people up. That's what I'm seeing. Give it to you.
The two agents would probably know, or at least be aware of Vinny D'Amato, since he runs essentially what is a secret field office.
Yeah,
that's probably how we know each other.
I feel I think
through Vinny.
Yeah. I think Florence likes Vinny. I think she, like, gets along with him. She's got family from New Jersey. Like, she's like, she's comfortable in the North despite being from Durham. Like, she's like, she likes him. She gets along with him, and she bitches to him about
And he's used to it. So he just listens and nods. Tell me about that.
And Gumball comes in. He's like, man, Florence is great.
The hell did you get a glass?
Florence is such a good friend of mine.
You don't carry your glass with you all the time? What kind of bartender are you?
I made you some potato salad.
It's so bland. Karen sucks.
It's got someone said Jovina said he puts raisins in it. He does. He puts a lot of raisins into his potato salad. No one knows why.
Who the fuck does that?
Not a single
Gumball
bit of
does.
goddamn.
Gross.
No.
He's never invited to anything. Fuck that guy.
I would like to say that Gumball and Dr. Screecher know each other and do not get along very well. My own characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta. I would say the same thing for my two. Will, you gotta keep the Boston New York rivalry alive.
There's a reason why, like, they don't appear in the same place together.
Yeah,
Joey
Clearly.
DeVivre is from Boston.
Is he from Boston?
Yeah, Joey DeVivre is from Boston.
That's pretty funny.
I think my characters watch college basketball together. I think they're obviously Ruby.
I don't think that was a thing in the 50s.
Oh, it was the thing in the 50s. Don't worry.
It is now.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was UNC was still pretty good. Duke really, really sucked, but it's okay. They got better. Yeah.
I think that works.
I don't know anything about this character I made.
Oh yeah, Greg, I think you'd like to know that I've decided on doing 6 Wild Magic Surges to Jane and 4 to Valerie. So that's gonna be fun.
I love the idea of a mad scientist with all kinds of weird shit happening.
Oh, she's so crazy. I mean, she's already does super unsafe shit all the time. She's the kind of person that is like, it's inefficient to test on animals, so I'm just gonna test on myself.
And that's why we're best friends too.
I feel like Ruby looks at her and is like, "Can I help you? Like, I want to help you." Like, she doesn't know what she needs to do to help you, but she is utterly convinced you need, like, a lot of help.
She needs help.
A lot of help. And she's like, no one around you seems to be getting that. And Ruby's like, should we be, like,
She's
every
fine.
time, should we be...
There's nothing wrong with her. Yeah.
She's, like, ethical in that she won't experiment on people if they say no. But she's going to want to.
But if they say yes...
Yeah.
It's easier.
$5 goes a long way in the 50s.
I've decided that Gumball lived a past life as a chef, but just couldn't cut it. Due to the raisins scenario, and he also makes a hearty gumbo.
That's so bland.
He used to know as
So bland.
The Gumbo.
Brian?
Gumbo. Brian Gumbo.
Gumble.
Gumball is actually his, his like nickname. I want to say, Agent Gumball, because of his famous gumbo. Yeah, so they call him Gumball.
Famously horrible, right?
But yeah, a lot of raisins.
And like Florence she's trying to move up in the world, so she just sits there and eats your shitty gumbo and smiles.
Yep. He like regularly brings in both potato salad and gumbo to everyone to eat on like the packed lunches.
Oh my god, that's actual torture.
We're going on a field mission, everybody. I packed us all some potato salad and some gumbo. Get in
Load
line.
up your goddamn stomachs with gumbo.
Load up, lock and load. And it's like is a sound of his like Tupperware being unboxed.
He makes the noise. He makes it by himself.
It's the sound of him deveining a shrimp. You know, let's go.
This group is going to be so dysfunctional, and I love it.
Oh my god, we're gonna explode the clock on like session 1.
It's gonna be
The
good.
characters have gone about 10 times more ridiculous since we started this.
A
Let's
question.
just get this going right into Fallout. It's like, can we get the Doomsday right now?
So like we know our characters in like the mountain are safe. Mountain. If we like have an explosion.
Explosion? Yes.
One explosion.
A nuclear explosion. Are our characters that are not in the mountain guaranteed to die, or could we turn them into like horrible mutated things that
He just said unsafe to the nuclearness. So I mean, we
Correct.
don't know. Yeah,
wild magic surge mean like an extra arm?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Probably like the wild magic is probably going to be weird mutations.
I would like that. I mean, can't we still as long as our character doesn't like if they're not within the immediate blast zone, could we still play them as a horribly mutated?
We'll see.
I didn't get to play a ghoul last time.
Right. I mean, me too.
Right.
I'm like,
It actually depends whenever you the distance between where you guys are from HQ, you could easily get back in time if you are warned ahead of time as to when like the bombs are going to start dropping. Where you are in the country, you might be in Omaha, which at that time would not be a target. So you could maybe make it back to the shelter, but you would experience some fallout along the way, which could grow you your third arm.
Like Fallout 3 or Fallout 4?
we're going to experience
I'm
Fallout
going-
4.
I'm going back to the
Fully
original
functional.
Fallout.
Ooh, point and
Fallout.
click. Okay.
All right. Point and click our way back.
Yep.
The one where you would like fight Tyson in the bottom of the Fight Club.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I like
one.
that. That's good.
Yep.
Solid reference.
10 out of 10.
Will wasn't born yet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Neither was I.
Yeah, hey, I'm not the youngest one now, right? Can I model you?
No, yeah, you're not anymore.
Oh, shit.
Hey-o.
I'm 20 turning 21.
21 turning 22, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's same here. Whoa.
I'm almost 10 years older than you.
Yeah, Jules, I just saw your face go into, oh, sweet baby mode.
We're all almost 10 years older than Will.
Mike, 10. I mean, that's being kind.
You're only what, 22, Will?
21.
No,
20.
let's just go with 10. Let's just stay with 10.
I'm only 9 years older than
All of us.
I'm less than 10. Give me the less than 10.
Give me the lesson. Let's keep it
I'm
What
ambiguous.
about your parents listening to Blink 182, right?
Yeah, I'm 9 years older than you, Will.
What's my age again?
The best part is Greg's actually my dad's age. Greg could be my actual dad.
Wait,
Are
oh
you
my
sure
god,
he
Greg's
isn't?
your dad?
Are you
Is
sure
that
he's
weird?
not?
I'm not sure Greg's not my dad. No, I'm not 100% sure on that.
Could you grow some more of that beard and put a hat on and we can figure this out right now?
I can barely grow more than this beard. You've seen it.
Greg
It
might
just
not be your
gets
dad.
this.
Put a hat on. I'm sorry, this has devolved into an episode of Maury, so
I guess
Jack 21502, you are not the father.
I'm so glad this is my introduction
There you go.
to this group.
Is Greg my dad?
he's correct. Today on Untitled Chapter.
Wait, hold on. I'll
session
make this
0.
worse. I'll make this worse.
Uh-oh.
And this is everybody waits. This is
Grabs
why
a Willy
sessions
Willy.
I unplugged my headphones.
Good job.
Good one.
Oh.
Now is Greg my dad?
yeah, Greg's your daddy.
Like a white guy with glass and a hat. Yep, looks like it.
Looks like Greg.
This was part of my Mythematic cosplay one year.
Oh yeah, yeah. You put glasses on, you look like another white guy with glasses.
I put glasses on and a bow tie.
It's crazy how that works, isn't it?
Crazy.
Oh, my God. I guess at this point, we can open the floor to some questions from you guys in chat, seeing as we have just absolutely smashed the Session Zero out of the park. We've nailed it ourselves so far. If you guys
Nailed
have,
it.
If you guys have questions about our characters, about the game, about the campaign, about Call of Cthulhu, about D&D,
Or any
file them.
ideas.
Any ideas as well would be useful, actually. Yeah, throw them into the chat. We'd love to hear them, my friends. And we'll get to them as swiftly as we can. But after this most recent revelation, nuked it, very good. I mean, this just became like an episode of Jerry Springer or Jeremy Kyle. Yeah, is Greg my dad?
Why do you torture
This
us with
episode is
raisins?
Greg, my dad.
We'll never know.
You have no idea how many times I've been asked that, but okay.
First question I saw was, why do you torture us with raisins? And that was a solid question.
They add in extra texture
Raisins are nasty.
and flavor. They're like prunes, but small.
They're like old people skin in a tiny gross package.
So, like old people's.
I hate raisins.
Nergo.
Very
Yes.
specific. I haven't done that before. Why did you know that?
Grape form is fine. I'm sorry. You
The mouthfeel of this tastes like old people.
Well, I mean, they're all wrinkly, so I just
Is
look
that
at
what
them
old
and
people
I'm like,
taste like?
what old
Have
Yeah, I
you-
know.
Have you
It's
been
like-
eating old people, Jules? Why do
Had
you
a
know?
mouthfeel of old people before.
I just don't want to like eat raisins because they're so wrinkly, and I feel like that's
Now we know why Jules is not allowed in the nursing home.
Keep her off Ward E. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay away from
No,
that.
they're just
Lover, museum lover over here.
Loves archaeology a little bit too much. Raisins are just
You
humiliating.
know, one of the things
grapes.
with archaeology is that sometimes you actually, to test whether something is a rock or a bone, you stick it to your tongue, and if it
I've
sticks,
done that.
it's bone.
Cool. Or it's also
Especially with old people
Sticks
bones.
its
I don't.
bone?
I
Yeah,
usually don't have to do that with old
Oh, it's
people.
porous. Yeah.
the nice
Yeah.
way to do it is like put like some saliva on your hand and put it on there.
But you could just
But you can just I've done that. Yeah, you
yeah,
can just
yeah.
stick it in your mouth.
I remember
I've
doing.
done that.
Yeah. No, that reminds me of the time at my nan's house now. Yeah. Okay.
I've done that in a country where they don't
Who
have
hasn't
poison
done
control.
Yeah, who hasn't been there?
Who hasn't stuck a bone in their mouth, right?
I mean,
Right.
Pretty
Back
sure.
at Arcane College.
We actually have like this weird thing in the military about sticking things in your mouth. No, there's these like,
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I know you
there's these cables that are
Very
like
lonely on that face.
there's these massive cables that are impossible to like
JC
click
roll.
onto. They don't screw on like a normal cable or plug in. So you like what everyone tells you, just stick your tongue on there and then it lube it up and it sticks right in. You do that one time
Try that
until
again.
you realize you're the second guy to do it, and you're like, that was already wet. with someone else's saliva. And then you stick your finger in and you do it. You're like, okay, we'll never do that ever again. Won't fall for that twice. Good times, guys.
Wow, that's answered a lot of questions for me, Mike.
Yeah, if you want to love America, you gotta love every part of it. Will you know?
Yeah, you gotta stick your tongue on it to lube it up a little bit.
There's actually questions in chat, which is
going back to the question.
I want to stick on this one for at least another 2 minutes.
Well,
seems like prime material.
There was a question about donating to specific characters rather than just players. I don't know how you want to deal with that.
Yeah, seems like an easy way to do it. Go. We'll just note which ones are on which characters. I mean, it'll be a little bit annoying on the overlay. Sometimes you're just gonna have to tell us because
I can
that's
do
gonna
that.
get confusing. But yeah,
I'll keep a list of all that. But the thing is, I would prefer if chat were to donate to the players that are not in the field. That would be great. Ooh. If the crits and all that successes would go to the safe players back home. I think that would be perfect for this.
Cool.
I mean, honestly, I'm sending some of my donations back to Valerie on the frickin' mountain. She gets some of those wild magic surges.
Yeah, that would be a new twist on it.
Yeah, but
I like that because then we're like, oh crap, I should really bring Joey this time. But Marty has got like 80 billion crit successes.
Oh, and think the harm for that host. Exactly. One thing I would know from the production side to just make things easier, not only for me but the production team, is to try and get free in nat 20s and nat 1s as soon as possible, because holding them on for different weeks as we switch characters out is going to get really tricky for everyone to. Yeah,
Greg, looking at you.
To do so.
Yeah, 36.
We'll race for him.
Yeah. Will, I actually had a great comment about that. Somebody talked to me about, because I had all those last time. Mm-hmm. With this particular campaign, we're going to be running the sessions that go. Each episode might be a session or two, and then we'll be on to a new location. How about we say the crits or even the failures on my part have to be spent by the end of that particular engagement.
Yeah,
and then that way you can wipe them, and then exactly.
Yeah, I like the use them or lose them method as well. That'd be good.
I think it makes sense to use them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I might need this later, but I'm like, no, gotta spend it.
Yeah. Let's see. What are the odds that someone develops a fear of raisins eventually? Looks like we've got a couple of them here already.
100%, my friend.
See,
the raisin orbs.
I don't think there's any need to fear raisins.
Yes, there is. You ever eat a cookie that you think is oatmeal chocolate chip, and then it's oatmeal raisin, and then your day is ruined?
That's disappointment. Is that real fear?
Is that fear?
Is that like, does that keep you up at night?
Not really. I mean, I got other anxieties.
Wait, where are you getting oatmeal chocolate chip cookies from?
I can make You never had an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie?
What are you talking about?
No. It's oatmeal raisin cookies. And chocolate
Why would you eat an oatmeal raisin cookie if oatmeal chocolate chip was even an option?
It's not an option. I just want chocolate chip cookies. Get that fucking oatmeal trash out of here.
No, the oatmeal ones are so good.
Thanks, Greg. Greg's on team fuck oatmeal.
You know what? Greg's on team old man, so he should probably be eating some more oatmeal.
You're going to die. All of your characters are going to die. I just had my 100th birthday, and you have decided to pick a fight. Well, my God, I'm coming with hits. I'm going to sit. This is old Jack Johnson and somebody else.
Mrs. O'Leary.
Mrs. O'Leary.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck! You're going to die. Oh, that got dark.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's fine.
Man.
Fuck
Come
me.
on,
Gumball is already
is there
my favorite.
a prize for when I have the most deaths at the end of this?
Sadness. Unending sadness.
We give you raisins at the end. We send raisins to your house.
You get an oatmeal raisin cookie.
You're gonna donate for some raisins
in a graveyard named after me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my accountant and see how many raisins I could feasibly send to Canada over the current,
the legal amount of raisins
production budget.
Internationally.
Yeah, fine. Someone had asked about vault experiments. Greg, I guess it's a question that I'm going to interpret and change almost entirely. How much stuff is going on behind the scenes? So when our characters who stay behind in the quote-unquote vault, are they doing shit? Are they progressing stuff? Can they research shit or make shit? What's going on there? Or is it just that that you just turn up next week and nothing has really changed?
Well, no, it depends, because after our first session, you may be awarded certain artifacts or knowledge that if you come back, and let's say the person you take on the first mission stays back for the second mission, they can continue to, like, if there's a book to study or something that requires several weeks worth of, interpretation or
Like in
translation.
Masks.
Correct. They would be able to develop, everything with Cthulhu usually has a time period associated with it. As you find a tome, it takes you 4 weeks. You find a scroll, it takes you, 10 days or whatever it would happen to be. Yes, they can continue that. If they are progressing an experiment, or you guys find something that you guys narratively come up with, you find a biological sample. What is this? If somebody stays behind that can facilitate that, obviously Joey couldn't do that for Myth, but if you leave your scientist back, you might be able to gain a little bit more knowledge, but that'll be between sessions 1 and 2.
Gotcha. And is Doomsday, if and when that happens, let's be honest, when that happens, session 2, is that the end of the game, or do we carry on from there? Is that like, you guys already fucked up, let's start again, or...
Oh no, we carry on.
Carry on. Beautiful. That's what I was hoping.
So that's where we go into the post-apocalypse.
We start playing Mutiny Zero.
That's where we go real Fallout.
Nice.
Yes, Myth has just nailed it.
Willie, remember that game Ruination that we played?
Yeah,
a while ago? That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
when...
I was thinking that as well. I was like, let's go to Mutiny Zero.
Yeah. Greg gives me the DM hat, and I run you all that's weird mutants
through that game.
Yeah, through that
Just
exact
again.
game.
Yeah.
I replay it again without Josh, who derails everything I do.
Oh,
Damn
no Tracy. Rip.
Yep. No hippo people.
No hippo people. Good times. You fucked up. How much further can you go? Yeah. That's the mentality.
Oh, God damn it. That game was out of
No, it's an entirely separate game. As soon as the apocalypse happens, an entirely different set of objectives will come into play.
I'm kind of more excited for the post-nuclear game, you know?
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Well,
Greg's
the thing is,
that second pause.
yeah,
Right.
If you, I am too. But if you don't do certain things in the pre-apocalypse, you are
Right,
totally fucked in the post-apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of that.
Organic's right. If you knew that the apocalypse was going to happen, you'd be sorted. But
Greg, that's a bad sign. Hey, we're going to play a pre-apocalypse Cthulhu game. I'm really excited for the one that bombs drop.
Who is it? It's gonna be great.
I mean,
maybe don't.
Isn't it
Maybe
funny?
don't be.
Isn't it funny how art
Pre-apocalypse.
imitates life?
What a bitch.
It really sucks, this
Guys,
pre-apocalypse
I
world.
live in the pre-apocalypse.
Can we?
It sucks.
I can't
drop the ball.
confirm.
Another way of saying modern.
Let's get it
let's
sorted.
get it.
Let's just solve it right now, right here. Let's get to the fun part.
Game.
Let's get to the
What
ghouls.
was the post-apocalyptic? I don't know if it was a TV show or a movie, but it had the best fucking line I've ever heard in it. These two guys are sitting around rapping by a fire because there's no electricity or anything left, and the one guy goes,
Or
"You know what
music.
I'm not gonna miss." What was that? You're right.
Nice
You know what
to
I'm not
music
gonna-
sense.
Right. You know what I'm not gonna miss? Fucking credit reports. Fuck that shit. I thought that was the best post-apocalyptic line ever. And nobody else does. Okay, fuck you all.
Actually, that reminded me. There was
It's a
a thing
credit
about
report.
credit on
What
our
is that?
sheets when we were making our characters. What is that?
Manny.
It's how much money.
How
you
much
have.
money you have.
Yeah.
Resources.
Well, it's
right?
not necessarily how much money you
Yeah.
have,
If
but
you're like
What are these adult words? Greg?
middle class or like lower, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
like associated
Yeah,
wealth.
Yeah, socioeconomic. There we go. I was like, what's the word?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep,
like my bartender is fucking loaded. Apparently.
So is my agent. Gumball has
He
got
owns the
fucking
bar.
cash.
Yeah.
it's a-
Oh, and my scientist is even more loaded. He's got
Did you
$30,000 in the bank.
Did
Holy
you
shit.
claim all those tips?
I didn't.
No.
Oh, that's why.
You
I
probably
work for the government. I just write them off.
Ah.
as what?
Loose change. I found it. You don't have to claim that.
Yeah.
It was already yours to begin with.
Getting us, will players be switching characters in the same session, or each session is a different group?
I think it's
I
before.
think it's before, right? Like, we choose a character. It's like those old top-down RPGs, like, choose your party, adventure forth. And then it's
Exactly,
like, come
right.
back to
like
base.
XCOM.
The only way. Exactly. The only way that you're going to switch anybody out is if the character that's in the field dies. And then the person that's in the vault will be issued and sent out to you all. And by the time the next session starts, the following day or whatever is realistic, they'll show up. And then you'll begin to play your reserve character. And then before our next physical session, you will be required to roll up another character. And maybe we'll put that online or something so everybody can know, when Mike's his characters die and he has to constantly keep putting new characters in, it might be a good idea to do that. So,
thank God for this this random character generator, because that would have sucked otherwise.
Because there's so many fucking numbers.
There are a lot of numbers.
Yeah, I would hate it.
I would
quit.
I actually spent years making those characters. No, I made 2 of those in 20 minutes with the point buy stuff. It's not so bad once you go for it.
No, it's not bad at all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but like doing it manually, I can only imagine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It's quite good on.
It's gonna be a lot of fun
on Fantasy Grounds as well. You just click and drop, and that was quite fun.
Yeah,
we wouldn't know. We've never been able to open it.
Yeah, thanks. That's Greg's fault.
That's what I said.
No, it is. It genuinely is. I mean, we had it working in the last game. It's because your router is blocking the port 1802, Greg. I have forwarded you an email on how to fix that situation, which is why 3 or 4 weeks ago, Will was like, "Can we all just press the test connection button to see if that's going to work?" And the other DMs did, and some of them it didn't work, and I sent the instructions 3 or 4 weeks in advance.
Wow, this is all of a sudden turning into a lot of shit for me.
I'm hearing a lot of sass coming right at you.
Greg through the mud right there. Jeez.
Hey, Greg, how much you look like yourself?
It's all I'm saying. I mean,
I love that.
I thought I was gonna have the most death.
Probably should have talked about the last.
Greg, this is a professional stream, and you're fucking it up.
Oh, someone took their ball and went home.
Old people versus technology. How do I make it go?
I mean, I don't know anything about routers.
Sounds exactly like Greg. That was an uncanny impression.
I never got the email that said that you test any of this stuff. I just figured out and told Mike before we were in the green room, I'm pretty sure it's a port that I have to open. Did I not, Mike? Yes, I did.
You did troubleshoot, and you came up with that solution.
I definitely did.
So on my own, I figured that out, and I will make sure that it is perfectly fine in 15 motherfucking minutes.
Frankly, Will, I'm just impressed that you did computer repairs and didn't call me on the phone.
Yeah, no.
You did it all by yourself.
Nailed it, man.
Did you do it all by yourself, Will?
No, Doug did it all for me.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can even talk. Will.
That's how I know something.
Oh, so this is domino bullying. I get it now.
That's how I know something
It's
bad has
the
happened.
50s.
Welcome to the frat pack.
Come on.
That's how I know when something bad happens in England. Is my phone's like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what's happening? Why did I get?
The hell? It's 4 p.m. Oh,
it's Will. I broke something. What does all red lights mean?
Sure.
I don't know, Will. All red lights on what?
I remember
Everything.
texting Mike one time.
Everything.
This was years ago now, and I was like, "What happens if you pour water inside your motherboard?"
It's bad, Will.
It's bad.
Fucking bad.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
How bad are we talking about bad?
I thought it was
All the
water
way-
cooling.
All the way bad, Will.
I was cooling it, man. It was a water cooler. Jeez.
Yeah.
We literally had a Skype call where he took the camera and moved it around the computer desk to show me all the things that were fucked up that he needed to fix.
It was a bad
time.
It was a bad time. Everything had broken at the same time. To be fair on me, it had already broken, and then the water happened. It was already fucked, and then I was like, "Fuck, water on it," by accident. But it had already killed itself. So
Accident.
Accident. Yeah, totally. That's what I tell myself. It had already broken. Honestly, officer. She was
Yeah,
already
so
dead.
I feel like you just put the target on you now. So good job.
I mean,
Yep.
have I had Fantasy Grounds working for the past 8 months? Yes. Did I give Greg a month and a half to do it? Yes. Did I give him instructions? Yes. Did he do them? No.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. Yeah. But that's okay. I'm not mad about it. It's fine. I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad about it. I'm just gonna sass you
As long
on
as the,
stream
hey,
and just drag
as
you.
long as the check clears.
But yeah, the level of aggression is just passive right now, so it's fine.
All right.
Yep.
The English
Oh
method.
god. Yeah, the English. It's good. Good stuff. That's it, guys.
I just see Craig shouting things on mute, and it's funny.
That's what you'll see most times we start the stream. What the?
Yeah, good to know.
Yeah, it's either
Okay.
him. It's either him jamming out to 80s music or actually yelling at something.
No, wait. Here's the real trick. Will, in Zoom chat, would you type the email address that you used for me?
What?
Oh, here's the real test.
I don't know.
Copy the-
I just literally forwarded it to the Gregory what's your name? Stangle that showed up in
Wait. Okay,
Yeah,
go
whoa,
ahead.
All right.
whatever your email. Wait, do I? Oh, I don't know what your email address is. I just forwarded it to the first Greg that I saw.
That's probably not even him.
It is.
I
It's
have
definitely
not
you. It's the Yahoo account, right?
No,
you
Greg
still- you
is
still
not
use Yahoo,
that.
right?
I mean, I know we say he's old, but he cannot still have a Yahoo.
That is the account I have registered to Greg. This is when he emailed me for the first time. That's why.
Okay, I received that at 6:39 p.m.
Well, no, Greg, no, Greg. Oh, buddy, no. Wait, so this is
Yahoo.
This is our stream.
This is the. Oh my god! I can't believe you didn't test it, and so I didn't realize I needed to send this to you. So what I did is in the group chat on Twitter, I said to all the DMs, make sure you test connection. Anyone that gets an error, message me and let me know. Chelsea messaged me. Josh messaged me. That's why they are both CC'd into that email chain to Doug. Did Greg message me saying, "Oh, I got an error. How do I fix this?" No, he didn't. That's why you didn't get this email until 6:39, Greg, because I didn't learn about the problem until 6:38. All right.
Okay, wait. I have one question though.
My face hurts.
I see this failed connection test that you've sent, but I don't see my email address on it.
Greg, I just explained this to you, buddy.
No, it says two.
Yes, Greg, I know.
And
Okay,
Chelsea, Lauren, and it's not to me.
Because you didn't say that you had a problem. These were the ones that tested the connection a month and a fucking half ago.
I've never been on this chain.
It's not in the email,
It's in the
Greg.
Twitter-
It's in the
the
Twitter
Twitter
chat, Greg.
The DM's Twitter chat.
Oh,
I'm not in the Twitter chat.
yes. Oh, Greg.
I'm not.
This is the best day ever. Can we just do this
I'm
next Monday?
sitting you right in it, Greg.
This really is an issue of episode.
Oh.
I'm too old to play anymore.
I'm too
Early onset
That's
Alzheimer's, Greg.
not anyone, Greg GMs. Donates £3. Hashtag Greg shame. Nat one for Greg.
Greg, I'm also not in that email either. If that makes sense.
Anyway,
He's like, why aren't I in this email that I needed to tell Will that I need to be in this email for?
Will,
Anyway,
could you put a hi in that Twitter so I can see
Find
where
it.
it is?
I'll find it later. I haven't typed in it since a month and a half ago. That's probably why it's
Month
not.
and a half ago, when everyone else.
When
did.
everyone else did it.
Oh no. Well, I apologize profusely.
There it is. Took him 10 minutes. It's fine, dude. I wasn't actually upset about it. It's fine. That's why we have the session 0, so you can figure it all out.
I just thought that was really funny.
Now we have Greg shaming.
I'm not in the email.
That's what episode 0 is.
being at anything like this.
It's
someone
okay.
go back
Your
in the
memory-
archives and make Bad Greg meme, please.
I'm just gonna sit here and shame myself, I guess.
Someone get a screenshot of this.
Yeah.
Oh god
I
damn
still
it!
can't connect.
No.
I don't see anything that.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
Oh fuck me! This is good stuff. This is a good time for me.
If you're new, just get ready for more of this. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, don't apologize. They deserve this.
You're welcome.
If you
Yeah.
came
Did you-
here expecting Cthulhu,
You're welcome, Chad.
Yeah.
your
Will, did you
expectations are a little
type in
too high.
There you are.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected when Will was like, "Oh yeah, you're joining the Monday Frat Pack."
Yeah, the worst is what you should expect. So far, you're killing it.
A game? Question mark.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched Reign of Terror. It's I sort
There
of
you
knew
go.
what I was getting
Aw.
into.
It was
So
inevitable.
you know the hot mess that we are.
It was inevitable, actually. Well,
True.
Yeah. Right.
Inevitably. Yeah.
Inevitable.
Well, chat, do you have any more questions for
Any
us?
questions?
Probably not at this point.
How has your day been?
I did my hair
Would,
yesterday.
would you guys like me to explain emails for you? I could do that.
How does the internet work?
I
Will?
could,
Is it a
I
series
could
of tubes?
give you a little step by step.
Is it an elaborate series of
Did you
tubes?
send it to my Angel Fire account?
Oh, wow. Mike at dogpile.com.
Oh boy.
Will
Well,
there be Cthulhu played today? See, that's a cute question. Like, you think you don't already know the answer to that.
yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Our week begins next week. Our session ones begin next week for all of season 2. So this is my holiday week. I'm only doing today
Yeah.
and tomorrow, and then save or dice on Wednesday. So
I can just see Greg still scrolling through Twitter in his glasses right now trying to find this DM group.
Is it Gumball, Gamble, or Gumball?
Gumble, Gumble, Gumble.
I like Gumball though. That's very.
Gumball
that's
is
very
good.
Maybe we should have. I feel like everybody has a series of horrible nicknames for this man.
How do I download more RAM?
I can't stop watching Greg. Where the fuck? I don't see the goddamn Twitter group.
Oh, just leave him to it for a bit. He'll be alright.
Greg, I love you, buddy.
Like when you give him peanut butter.
He'll be
I love
alright.
you, man. That's good stuff.
Someone get Swagula to step in.
Wait. Well, is this the chat that I was in when I was still slated to
wait, hold on
DM?
a second. I was in the group. I don't know how, but I never responded to anything in this group. I never saw anything in this group. My name has never been in this group until right now.
You've been in the group.
So,
It's okay,
Yeah,
Greg.
no
It's
idea.
okay. It's difficult. It was difficult, but it's all good.
no, wait a minute, man. If we look back at the Twitter group, I was never there.
You were
I
in
was
it.
there. I was there, but I never answered. I don't know why I didn't see it.
Oh
until-
yeah, I thought. Wait, was this the group that I was?
You
That
were-
I was
yeah,
in?
you were in it for a while. Greg was in
Oh my
the chat.
god.
Yeah,
This is
that was
amazing.
that long ago, Kiana. That was how long I've been planning
This is a good
this
time.
moment. All of my work in the past 2 months.
No, yeah, you told me like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw any of this stuff.
This is
I-
amazing.
feel terrible.
It's okay, Greg. It's
there's
okay.
literally like 2 months worth of stuff I have never seen in my life.
It's
Hey,
so good.
there's Strider doing Star Wars.
Yeah.
They fucking
Back in fucking February.
yeah.
Oh.
I just found out stuff. I'm like, oh, cool, Star Wars. You know, I have no idea.
This
It's
is the
alright.
best day.
We'll get it fixed.
Anybody
It's okay. Now we know.
It's all good. We can
Now
we
we
can move
know.
forwards from this. We can grow stronger.
Handhold-
This is the
So-
this is exactly how fluid and
not-
fast moving everything is at Encounter Roleplay. We are truly a professional production squad.
So admittedly, DM regret is really all you ever hear from Greg when he plays with us.
True.
So that's not going to change after episode 0, Captain Callian.
Oh boy.
Greg, that's why I message you on Discord so that it tags you and alerts you on your phone.
Send him a letter next time. Oh man, that's funny. I did get your notes, Captain Kelly. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. Oh
good.
man.
Today was a good day, guys.
It
I
was a
mean,
good day.
technically, there is a viewer decision.
Yeah, there's a viewer
Well,
decision. So,
technically.
I mean, Greg, what I did in Doors of Darkness was like give him a chance to name an NPC that turns up in the campaign. You want to do something like that?
Sure.
Oh no!
He's
Sad
so
dejected
bad.
Greg.
Oh,
sorry, buddy.
what a hilarious misunderstanding. All right, guys, underneath the sign in chat, name a 1950s character to show up in our show.
Good times. That's what today was.
Starting Greg.
Oh man, I gotta.
Just so you know, I'm never going to be able to do this, but I'm reading your email now.
It's all good. It's all good. Josh managed to do it.
Greg, if you need tech support, the Encounter Roleplay tech support is still here on the line. You can call me up.
Yeah, you just. I can walk you through it as well. It's all good.
We've got a week to deal with it.
I wish I knew other French terms I could turn into a butchered name.
I'll get out my book and I'll start sending you shit.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see if I can remember my high school French that I was forced to learn as a Canadian.
I thought you said your high school friend. I was like, I don't remember my high school friend that I was forced to know. I was like, oh. That's
It's a weird school that you went to.
Cess LaVie.
Cess LaVie. A good friend, Cess.
Or Levy and Rose.
These are good.
Celeste V. That's her name.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your-
Celeste V.
Well, Cess LaVie was also the electroscientist who made the Cessla coil.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so time we're not. Yeah. So chat.
Well done. Well done.
Good job, guys. We managed to break Greg again. I'm just
Perfect.
putting all you guys' suggestions into a straw poll because of things.
And then we're
Joey-
going to delete them
And then
immediately.
we're going to delete them all. And,
Because we know who you are.
and have a laugh.
Because we know the kind of people we've cultivated.
And have a laugh.
You're all terrible people. Yeah, pretty much.
There's a straw poll, guys. You can go vote. We've got Stony Tim, Mr. Forgotten Responsibilities.
Ooh, that's really good.
That one's good.
Wow. I mean, it's close to home.
Elvis.
That was really good.
Dixie Biscuit, the mysterious stranger.
Oh, Dixie
And
Biscuits. Where's that link?
And Joey Lucky Luciano. Good suggestion.
That's an actual person.
So is
Elvis.
Dixie
Oh man, I
Biscuit.
haven't seen a straw poll for
Lucky
BD
Luciano
in
is an actual
10
person.
million years.
We're using the other extensions at the moment on Twitch, aren't we? So.
Dixie Biscuits, done. That's the best one.
Just-
Yeah, Disky Biscuit.
Disky Biscuit.
Who did that?
Let's see. I don't know.
Oh,
that was Captain
good.
Kalian Solidora. Welcome,
Well
everyone.
done.
Good job. Good job, everyone. Well, Greg, it looks like the votes are in. Mr. Forgotten Responsibilities is a second, a strong second, but number one as Dixie Biscuit is looking like our winner at the moment for an NPC to be involved in Atomic Cthulhu next season.
So good.
Yeah, Dixie Biscuits. It's like Dolly Parton, but better.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
It's like Dolly Parton, but ass instead of huge fake boobs.
You could put like a shelf on her butt.
Yes.
Yes.
She was the first honky tonk but donka donk.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Will Craig remember Dixie? Wow.
Wow.
All these shots just laying down, Greg right now. He's been
Greg is-
butchered.
Oh, great. This is great. I love Dixie Biscuit. So good.
I can't.
Oh boy. All right. Well, okay. So we got a little bit. Let's go around and let's say what are we most excited for next season, guys? What are we looking forward to? Obviously, that goes without saying. I mean, that's just a general excitement base level. I want to know what Greg's most excited for.
Getting
most excited to learn how to use Twitter apparently and be able
and Fantasy
to
Grounds.
and Fantasy Grounds. I'm looking forward to technology, everybody.
The dawn
They
of
say it's right around the
technology.
corner. It's 1950 after all.
No, you don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Seriously, dude, I know you feel bad about it, but it really doesn't matter at all.
No, dude, I swear to Christ, I've never seen any of this stuff.
I believe
It's sad because I don't know what else I've missed. And now I'm like going through what the
Birthdays, childhood birthdays.
fuck? I mean,
What have I been doing?
billion messages in this thing that I should have been notified about. I've never received one.
Weird.
Okay, whatever.
Never mind. It's all good.
Techno-
Technology, it happens. We all make month-long mistakes sometimes. It's all good. Kiana.
I think I'm just mostly excited to be able to play Call of Cthulhu with a player, and play it with a fucking hilarious group. Like, damn. I don't know what to expect, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to. It's just chaos.
We don't either.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah.
So, you know what? That's what I'm hyped for, really, and see what chat does. Because I was on the good receiving end of chat shenanigans for the last 6 months, and now it's time for the karma to turn on me.
Absolutely. Myth, what are you excited for, my friend?
I'm excited for all of us smoothskins to turn into ghouls. Period. That's what's happening. I'm writing the plot right now, and I'm just going to send it to Greg, but he won't get it for another 90 days. But I'm thinking, I'm thinking
international post.
He's muted because he doesn't know how technology works. But I'm really excited for the storm and the nuke. He's still muted. The nuke that is impending and what we have after that. I actually am super hyped for this campaign, and I'm actually very excited for not the characters we have, but the characters that we will have to create. And I'm excited for the deaths. I'm excited for the scoreboard of all the deaths that we're going to have. And I'm excited to needing to pick and choose to have optimization in our chaotic game here, which is if we're going to get anything done. But I'm just super hyped.
Amazing. Jules, what about you?
Yeah, I actually, the like super hyper competitive part of me like really wants to have the most characters die, but also really wants us to do well. So it's gonna be like a fun
what a
war
conflict.
between like, oh yeah, how much can I provoke Greg into killing my characters? Pretty easy actually. I'll just send him a couple emails. But no, I'm super stoked. I think this is gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be great.
Absolutely. And Mike, what are you excited for, my friend?
I'm primarily excited to skip Ab Day on Mondays because I just laugh so much till my body hurts. But no, I'm also excited for new characters because last game was my first Cthulhu campaign. So rapid fire making a bunch of characters is going to be cool and actually teach me systems without ever opening the book, which is the best part of playing on Encounter Roleplay. So I don't open any book and I just wing it until I'm told I'm wrong, which is pretty quickly. Which is constantly an unending stream of what I assume is British slang words.
That's how I play.
Yeah, exactly. I learned it from watching you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm looking forward to those bombs dropping because I know that Greg said based on the 36 crits he had at the end of last season that Cthulhu is in this game, and I assume he comes out after the bombs drop. So
and it was originally supposed to be 5 minutes too.
Yeah.
And because of the crits, it's now 3.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how Cthulhu comes in a post-apocalyptic world because I think it's going to be way cooler than like in the 1920s when the books happen coming in and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, we're all excited, my friends, and hopefully you guys are as well there in chat. I think we've pretty much nailed every single aspect of this session 0 that we could have hoped to. We had talking about our characters, talking about the worlds, ran into how emails work, Twitter group chats were also discussed in length, so we've pretty much smashed it out of the park. If you guys enjoyed the show, hit the follow button and join us. We'll be back tomorrow, and indeed, Atomic Cthulhu airs every Monday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, starting next week as a premiere, so if you enjoyed the Session 0 chat, come along for the actual action next week, and indeed the whole Season 2 of Encounter Roleplay starts next week as well, so come along and join us. Sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, D&Dice, City of Mist, and Kobold Press, so come and join us, and join our sponsors for this next season. It's going to be great. Tomorrow is the Long March. We're doing a Long March Season 2, Session 0. Join us at 5 p.m. Eastern for that. We're going to be demoing all of our super sexy new technology and production stuff, so it's bound to go wrong and blow up a couple of times in our face, but hopefully it's going to be awesome. So check it out, and prepare to have your minds blown. But until next time, my friends. In fact, let's not do that yet. Let's go around to Custom Crew. Where can we follow you guys online? Greg, where can we follow you online? This is the part where you talk about a place, like a page on the internet, where you have some kind of presence. You see the link at the top.
It's not a real page, though.
It's not an actual page in a book, but you can copy it and paste it into the chat, and they can find where you are from that.
But not actually pasting.
No, don't actually paste.
Don't glue your
It's
computer.
complicated.
Grimjack21502. Twitches and Twitter.
Is Greg the new Mike? Is this what's happened?
Role reversal.
Oh my god.
You guys remember Zoolander when they're like, the files are inside the computer?
Inside the computer, yeah.
Someone superimpose a GIF with Greg's face on it. Greg, I love you.
We're all so dead next week.
we die immediately. These characters.
Hey, now, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you death by association.
Yeah,
Dead,
but you're
yeah.
one of us now, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Ain't
fucked.
no getting out of that
There's
shit.
no teacher's pets in this class.
Yeah, welcome to the frat pack. Eat shit. Dead.
Oh my god. Kiana, where can we find you online?
You can find me a whole bunch of places. I am very glad I'm with this group. It's hilarious. Glad I'm meshing in because I was a little nervous about that, but you know what? It's a great group. Super excited. You guys can find me over on Twitter at KianaS, where I talk about all things life and tabletops. I play with Greg actually over on Web DMs on Tuesdays at 7 Eastern. So you can see us do stupid shit and make our DM's life harder, which is hilarious as always. I am on a podcast called Lady Slay, where we talk about tabletops, and that releases every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, new episode. The links will all be in chat. And the really cool announcement that I got to make is starting May 4th, I am going to be on a bi-weekly new mini-series called Life on Mard. Had a bunch of people from Encounter Roleplay, and also had Matthew Mercer in the premiere. So I'm playing with fucking Matthew Mercer. That's super cool. So yeah, I'm going to put all those links in there. Hit me up because it's super fun, and I'm excited for this game to start, guys.
I love in his chat, you dial up 21502 on the rotary phone to get Greg. Oh, myth.
The funny thing about this is, nowhere in that chat does it say
okay,
somebody
Greg, let's not get this.
God damn it! I apologize.
Oh, Greg.
Sometimes DMs mean more than Dungeon Master.
Yep. Myth, where can we find you online?
You can find me anywhere with the name Mythematic. It's like mathematic, but with a Y. I'm a voice actor and entertainer here on Twitch. I can't wait for the game to start. So.
Jules.
That's me.
Yeah, that's interesting. You can find me on Twitter at Julia_Rosa, and new episodes of the D&D podcast I'm on, Dungeon Drunks, come out on Mondays. There's a new episode out right now. You should listen to it. I play an obnoxious gnome. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's going to be a lot of like history shit and feminism, so I don't know about that.
And Mike.
I'm really excited not to be the worst person today. So, I mean, that's a first in several years. So this is a pretty good start.
Like ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least publicly on the internet. So it's a pretty good start.
Ever, I said.
Well, that's fair. So yeah, you can find me at Unmade Gaming on all things across the internet. I'm not a voice actor, and I do what Will does, but more terrible and more American. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but now that
next week, I'll be more American.
We'll see, Will. We'll see.
You got to play a really English character and then play a really American.
It's gonna be the worst accent ever.
Yeah, just exchange terrible accents and like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the John Deacon of English accents. Jack Deacon rather of English accents.
Kill Mike off as soon as possible so we can force him into a bad British accent.
Jack Deacon. Do that the whole time, but English.
Oh, well, my friends, on that bombshell, we'll be seeing you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Long March Session 0, and next week, 4 p.m. Oh, shit, I clicked thingy too quick. There we go. 4:30 p.m. Eastern, Atomic Cthulhu Session 0. Nailed it. Until next time, my friends, try not to draw too many net ones. We're going to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.